burping all over the place, people belching, people letting out their gases from their inner stomach and bowels and their gastrointestinal. I don't know, man. Stop it. Anyway, hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Summoner Blue. We're here today playing some more Fairy Terror. Hey guys, is Fairy Terror? Is Fairy Terror?
Yeah, it's Fairy Tale.
All right. The next time you burp in my ears, I am kicking Emerald out of the server.
Funny enough, I had burped into the mic.
All right, Emerald. I'm kidding.
Oh, excuse me.
Okay,
Oh
guys.
shit! Oh my god!
You deserve that.
Right, that was a
That
promise.
was a hiccup.
You deserve it. Fuck you, I've been busy. I didn't say shit about you being busy. I said if he burps in my ears, I'm getting rid of you off the server. It was jokes. I didn't say shit about you not putting stuff in the schedule. You heard? I heard you. But what are you talking about? You heard me. I said exactly what I said. Listen, maybe if you actually like did your job once in a while and put the things in the chat when you're supposed to, maybe I'd be able to listen to you a bit more. Luckily, Squeaky picked up your slack today. Hey guys, what's going on? What's going on, Eggy? What's going on, Minami? What's going on, Dodge? What's going on, Ronan? What's going on, Quincifer? What's going on, Undersave? My guys.
Hello.
What's up?
I opened up it to pop out the chat, so I got a KFC ad.
You got a KFC ad?
It knows who you are.
Listen, I can't handle that. I can't handle that level of meta coming from Twitch.
It knows your true self.
I can't do that. Tell me it isn't true.
It's true.
No!
Everybody get ready to crack one open with the gang, because it's time for Fairy Tale.
Joker, look.
I'm gonna be drunk. No. This
King.
is lychee juice.
King, is it Jetji or Letji? King Jetji gave 200 bits. Says to the dog. All right, so here you go. Here you go. Wilhelm. It was a joke, and he didn't care. So all right, let's just sweep that. Let's just sweep that joke under the rug, so nobody. It was nobody's fault. That joke was no one's fault. Not mine, not yours, not anyone's. It's fine. No one needs to laugh at it.
I have a feeling he's either gone or muted.
Well, you guys said everybody was here whenever I started, so sucks for him. Sucks for that guy.
We're here though. And
That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
Does everybody remember the grand old time that we had last game? I remember one thing important, and that's that I didn't fucking roll the I'm fucked-o-meter.
Hey.
Oh yeah.
Hey guys. By the way.
What?
The I'm fucked-o-meter don't need to be in stereo.
Is that what it is?
It doesn't have to be, but it
I was
gets
playing. You guys don't have to worry about it.
We're gonna roll it nonetheless. Maybe it does need to be in stereo because it's a fucking energetic and crazy moment. Look how fast it's moving. Sonic the Hedgehog is up way faster.
We gotta go fast.
Oh, you guys.
5% chance of fuck today.
Wait,
Hey.
is that good or bad?
Yes.
It's 5% for every number stacked to it. So an at 20 is actually terrible. It's a 100% chance of fuck.
Oh, okay. So we're
Now,
you're
what's
not
the
fucked.
5%?
You're not. There's no fuck at all then,
That is no fuck.
except for the 5% chance.
Yeah, the 5%. That's
So
finding-
if there was like
It's like finding routes in Route 103.
if there was like 20
And it's
scenarios, if there was like 20 scenarios of you guys going forward through this game, one of them is just leading to a party wipe then, right?
Yes.
All right, cool. By the way, I like that idea. Let's lead to that. I like that idea. Let's fucking do a party wipe and play some Yu-Gi-Oh. I'm kidding.
I am not gonna fucking learn pendulum dueling.
I know, neither will I.
fucking refuse. Not unless you give me True Exodia, the new card that just came out.
What?
True Exodia is if you play all the pieces of Exodia with True Exodia instead of Exodia's head, the opponent wins instead of you.
Wait, fucking what?
What? Let me look that up. I'm
No,
Googling
no,
it
you
now.
got it. You got it wrong, Jester. The way True Exodia works is that if someone else is trying to summon the Forbidden One and all they need is one piece, but you pull this fucker out, you win instead.
No, Anna. They actually made it roll. It's actually a troll card.
Really?
It doesn't work that way.
If
No.
the only monsters on the field are this card and 4 Forbidden One normal monsters with different names, the opponent of this card's controller wins the duel.
Yeah.
What's
So
the
it's
actual
always
fuck?
going to be the person who you're against. Because if you play the card, then the person that you're against wins.
I'm throwing this into fucking
If you give me True Exodia, I will play in that RP. That's the only way.
You just have a 100% lose record with True Exodia?
Hell fucking yes, dude.
So I linked it and everywhere I know
as
how.
As long as Exceed summoning is a thing, I would be happy to play.
You guys are gonna get into a fight and you're gonna be like, there's gonna be this big bad guy and he's gonna be like, we are gonna play it differently. It's whoever loses the duel first wins. And I'll be like, all right.
It's my
I
turn
got
to
this,
shine.
guys.
You have to lose the duel, but there's no surrendering allowed.
Yeah, I was going to
cannot
say, if that was the
surrender.
case, it's just like, he goes, I draw, puts his hand over the deck. All right, bye. I guess I win.
I remember
more
when I
sushi,
did
I'll be
that
right
as a
back.
kid and I did
Oh,
it seriously. I so
I-
hate myself for doing that.
You're dueling and he's gonna lose. Like he's about to lose, and then you activate self-destruct. Mutually assured destruction. What happens if that is like a draw? Does the world just kind of like does it like half blow up? Does half of it end?
No, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure that like whenever things are considered draws in like shadow games or like any other things similar to that, it's either a mutual loss or a mutual win. It usually cancels out, I think, in terms of like the actual show, but like I'm not sure, man.
No, yeah, it does.
Either way, this isn't Yu-Gi-Oh. We're playing
Yet.
we're not playing 5 DARPs right now. We're playing Fairy Tale.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You guys are all on the same page now. You're all here right now. You're all talking, my dudes. I will say, and I'm really sorry to bring this up, but I will say, if any of you die today, know that it's not because I wanted you to die. It's because I hate you in real life.
I'm
Good to
sorry,
know.
Nightshade.
Fuck you.
It's not that I hate your characters. I hate you. All right? It's just that's mainly the thing I want everybody to know.
I will
Fuck off.
I will find you and I will take your dog.
You think you can handle the power of Commander
to-
Buddy?
I used to tell
I've
somebody
handled
that
the power of doggos before. I will do it again.
I used to tell somebody that I'd fuck their dog, but I haven't done that in a while.
That person
Great.
But as we're not gonna get into that either, because that's also not fairy tale.
That's also probably illegal.
That's also very much a interesting thing to say today. My guys, we've already rolled the I'm fucked-o-meter. We have a decent amount of people in the chat. I think we're gonna go into what's going on in here, and I think that one person who can bring us up to speed is potentially Wilhelm.
Oh, you're gonna make me do this, aren't
Wilhelm, what happened last game?
you? Ah, fuck. All right. We, after dealing with everything in that fucking shithole cave.
Shithole
What's
cave?
I mean, when we're done in shithole cave.
You
we
mean the
managed to get-
grotto?
That's what I said. Anyway, so we're done in shithole cave, and successfully avoided Shumru's fucking pee all over the floor. We start heading down the way towards the town we're supposed to go to, of which I don't
Omnibus.
remember. Thank you. So we're going down to Omnimon, and along the way we see we stop because we see it like a big dust. Like, we hear fighting down the road. It's like, oh, that's probably bad. And then to our right, we see a fucking a big old rock in the distance. being ever curious and wanting to avoid getting stabbed, Wilhelm and Flint decide to investigate the rock. I mean, we're also trying to find a way around the fight, so the field is there, so we're just kind of investigating that too. But it's not important as the rock, because it turns out the rock was the rock, and Dwayne the Rock Johnson, after growing a secondary head, is now rampaging through the fields across the way. And we're like, fuck that. That's not. I don't want to do that today. So, with this new information, we head straight into the dust storm of combat. It turns out it's fucking Charlie. Because of course it's Charlie.
Somebody say run. They can't.
Yep. He managed to defeat the very crumbly, once human wizard statues. I'm not sure what they call. I don't know. I don't know what to call these things. Terracotta men. That's close enough. Close enough. So he killed the terracotta wizards because they were old and crumbly, and he's also +10, so I guess that's pretty helpful.
He got really good rolls.
I guess that also helps.
I mean, his stats aren't affected by the +10.
That's fair.
He just got really good rolls.
But after our tearful reunion with fucking Charlie, who I'm glad I didn't cause to have his leg shatter when I turned off the feather boots. I'm sure he would have made it to the moon.
I mean, you do know that he apparently fell out of a tree and like scratched him up pretty bad.
Listen, I don't have tree powers. That wasn't my prerogative, right? It's not my fault.
Yeah, Quince.
Yeah, Quince. What are you doing throwing trees in people's way?
Eh.
Is that what you can? Whatever.
You know,
Anyway.
whatever.
Eh.
So once we make it to omnibus, we meet. Thank you. We get there, and my good friend Knight Captain is there, and he's a cool guy with new art. So you know that's pretty.
It's not
cool.
new art, new face claim, but yeah.
That's what I said. Are you saying that faces aren't art?
I'm just saying I don't want people to think that I got art for him because I didn't.
Okay, so he found another hot anime picture for him.
Yeah, I did.
So, he gives us the lowdown on what we're doing and where we're he's also very mad at the fact that the fucking council didn't give us a goddamn map. Because why would you give someone not a map when you need them to go somewhere secret? It's fine, they'll figure it out. God fucking damn it. How does the council keep everything from being set on fire? So, you get a little reunion, we get a lowdown, tell them about the evil statue man and probably dead evil wizard, but he's probably not dead. I'm sure he's a lich of some kind now. I don't know. That's what Eye Girl's implying. But we catch up, we give reports, we get settled and restocked on things. And we're just kind of meandering around until we have to go to apparently the Church of Deceit. Ironically named the church. They're genuinely good people, probably. I haven't seen their prison yet. So we get to go there. That's gonna be fun. I don't remember much else. I'm not in a good spot today.
What about the other side of things? The people who were going off in the other way. What happened with them, Priscilla?
We decided that we were hungry,
That's true.
and we were like, we're gonna follow Alf, and he said he's gonna go get food, and we're kind of hungry. Been a long road, so then we followed him, and then he took us to a fancy looking restaurant, and it was like, oh, okay. Where's the menu? There are no menus. And it's like, your food will be brought to you shortly. And it was like, we don't even know what we're getting. And it's like, you'll like it. And then they left. And it was like, well, while we're here, how much does it cost to stay here? $100. I think it was like, what, 10,000? Yeah, 10,000 jewel.
Yeah, 10,000.
To which Charlie immediately decided, fuck that.
Nope.
And he
I'm gonna get a
decided
burger.
he decided to leave, and after that Priscilla decided that's a lot, that is I guess a lot of money, so we should all just leave unless people want to stay. We convinced the little fire hothead over here to come with us. She didn't know what was going on, but we did, and we all went, we all went to get burgers, and we we were just discussing certain things. Anwin ate a lot, and Hothead, we found out that she eats weird. We didn't get to see
She
her
eats
face yet.
regularly. What are you talking about?
Well, she eats regularly, but we also don't see her face, so it's still kind of weird. So we just decided, okay, well, Charlie, you've got a reward you got to get. And he was like, "You're right. Let's go get that." And we go to the place where we got to go to see.
Well, you were passing
someone...
by this place.
We're
This
passing
isn't the
by,
place.
yeah.
This isn't the place you're going.
Okay. Okay, so we were passing by, and we noticed, someone's getting arrested by. I'm sorry. Someone's getting freaking rustled up by the Rune Knights, and Charlie decides he's gonna punch one in the face. To which we said, "Oh God, Charlie, no!" And then we find out that the person being arrested is apparently the person that Charlie rescued. And then we stopped there.
My guys, not only did we
Drama.
stop there, but that is also where we're going to be starting.
Oh man.
Legasp. I
As
never would've
Charlie,
guessed.
as Charlie had ran forward, attacking one of the Rune Knights, knocking him several feet away into the brick wall of the of this auditorium or this theater. He gets immediately surrounded by the other two Rune Knights, who have completely forgotten about the person who they were taking away from this place. This person's like, "Get rid of them all!" Charlie just seems to be standing there. The last thing he said was that he this person was his friend who he had rescued before. He's not looking down at her or anything. He has his back to her right now, looking at these three people. Charlie looks like he's ready to fight. He's not looking like he's ready to back down, even though they are the authority here.
Yeah, Priscilla was running towards him, being like, "Charlie, what are you doing?"
Anybody gonna do anything while Priscilla's going forward? I believe Quince is here, and Shomer is actually not here, so it's just Quince.
Yeah, Shomer is not here. He didn't want to be a part of us.
Hold on.
I don't know.
I want one more thing before we figure out that. I'm gonna borrow this from you for a second. No reason really. I just wanna see something. Yeah, that's an odd. I'll go for it.
Okay.
I
I don't know what happened.
And when-
No, that was Anwin.
Anwin
Oh.
goes running out, getting in between the one that got hit into the wall and this other Rune Knight. Seemingly just like bringing out her claws. There's fighting to be had, so Anwin is there.
Oh, it's gonna be one of those fucking days. Okay, that's cool.
No, what are you doing?
Don't worry about it, Priscilla. I got this.
No, those are Rune Knights.
Yeah?
You're not supposed to hit Rune Knights. They're like the police.
Well, they ain't supposed to hit people either.
You don't know that.
Are they? Looks over at Anwin. Anwin's already like motioning to pick up the person on the other side of them, and it's just like kind of lifted them up into the air a bit. The Rune Knight's kicking his feet like, "Let go of me! Let go!"
I mean, it's a big werewolf man thing holding you. You'd think you'd be like, please put me down.
We can't
The two,
take them because then we'll get in trouble.
The two Rune Knights on either side of Charlie have already stuck out their rune spears at him. Both of them, one of them having a spear in front of him, the other having a spear behind. As Charlie's just kind of like stood firm. Sir, you're obstructing our you're obstructing our investigation.
Investigation of what?
We are not a. I swear to God, I can speak with these guys. They're always just random dudes, so I never want to give them actual voices. I want to like give them like snooty voices, or like the one that I gave at the tower is like, nah. But like, you know, they're actual just regular people, so like I have to give them regular people voices. As he sticks out the spear, he looks back towards you. We received a word that there was a trespasser on the premises living inside the theater. We're here to make the person leave. They did not go with the curfew that was put out for all of Onibus for the day. I have no idea what you're talking about. This girl ain't living here. I just brought her into the town myself today. This right here is one of them lord's daughters or whatever.
Yeah.
The two rune knights look to each other and look back to the owner of the theater as he goes, some lord's daughter she is. If you want to come back and look at all of the things she left behind in my rafters, then go ahead and see. Brought her into town my ass. Right.
I mean,
You don't know her life.
If she was just brought into town today, there's no way she could have left such a mess in my rafters.
Can we see the mess?
He motions toward the door.
I go in.
Quince, you begin to make your way through. The rune knight that's being lifted up by Anwin gets put down as Anwin sets him down. You go past and go inside. As Anwin starts like moving to go like after you, this rune knight puts out his spear like, yeah! Like you can't get away with assaulting a person. They just walk past the spear, like pushing it with their chest. As the person like turns on the on the ground.
But you ain't going no. Here I go. I'm a mage.
As Amwam just walks in with you, the other rune knight running in after you. As that happens, the theater.
Get back here.
As that happens, the theater owner follows after you as well, leaving the rest of you guys out here.
Yeah, walk over to this chick right here.
You go as you try to walk over to her. This rune knight gets in the way and points a spear in between you and her. I'm sorry, ma'am. This has to do with our investigation.
Excuse me, but I want to ask if she's okay.
I'm sorry, but you have no authority to do so.
Don't fuck with the war goddess.
He's gonna look like kind of like turn toward the side.
Are you okay,
He points the spear at you, and as he does, Charlie gets in the way of him and grabs onto his arm. You best be pointing that somewhere else! He raises his voice up. At which point, this rune knight gets closer to Charlie and actually attempts to attack him.
Charlie, roll for initiative.
I want to see if this guy can hit Charlie's AC.
Yeah, for real. Fastest man alive. Good luck. Get an F20, bitch.
Got a 10 plus 4 does not hit Charlie.
Of course it doesn't. It's the fastest thing alive.
As this guy tries to hit Charlie, Charlie at this point in time is very much a on guard at the moment. As he goes to attack Charlie, Charlie seems to like the spear seems to go through Charlie. Charlie is no longer in that spot. As soon as the spear goes through Charlie, the rune knight like blinks forward and stumbles forward. As this happens, the other rune knight turns his attention away from you and looks forward like, what happened? As this happens, picks up,
Trips over her.
Can you motherfucking
goes
blink?
to you.
He moves. He got blink.
He did not blink. He just moved really fast.
He got the speed force.
What seems to have happened is that Charlie seemed to disappear from the spot he was in. Upon doing so, he appeared behind the two rune knights, picked up the girl on the ground, and then picked up Priscilla and started running.
It's like, well, bye, guys.
Fucking chaos control over here. All right.
Well, at least I have you.
Hey,
here.
man, he had to have got something from that plus 10.
That's really good. Plus 10. That's really good.
This is actually an ability of his that he got from, I think it was actually his plus 10. where if they don't get over like an attack to hit him with just a regular melee attack, it doesn't work for magic, but it does work for melee attacks. If they don't reach over a certain roll, which is a 15, then he just does not get hit and can counterattack in any way he sees fit. In this way, he's like counterattacking, running, yeah.
What M be good? Run or smack?
As he begins to run, Quince,
Hi.
you step inside the theater. As you do, you look up toward the rafters at the provocation of the theater owner, as he points up toward the top. These here, right up there. As he points up, you see what appears to be a large ladder having been set there, as well as a bunch of things along the ground, seemingly looking like wrappers of different types of like cakes and things. Also, like blankets and pillows and all that different things. All of them seem to be seemingly streamed across the floor after the Rune Knights have gone up there and like started searching the area.
Okay.
From what this guy seems to think, and from what you see in front of you, there was somebody living up there.
Okay. But Charlie says he only brought her here today, right?
That's what Charlie said.
Okay. All right. Can I inspect anything up here? Like get a closer look, search for clue, whatever. Fucking Scooby-Doo here.
Of course,
Search for
be my
clues,
guest.
whatever.
Go ahead. As you start to make your way over toward the ladder, however, though, you hear a commotion outside as the two other Rune Knights from outside start yelling. As they're like, "Get back here!"
Oh dear sweet God.
Oh yeah, when Charlie grabbed Priscilla, you would have heard a
One of the Rune Knights starts going after Charlie. Yeah, good luck, buddy. And the other one comes inside. The one who assaulted us has escaped. He took the two females that were there with him.
Well, at least now I'm the smartest person in the room.
What? They left me. He starts going. Amwin starts going forward as both the Rune Knights stick out the spears. Hold it right there.
Fucking guys,
Zoop.
please don't.
They are going to
Yeah.
attempt to attack Anwin.
Guys, I talked to the Rune Knights. Guys, please don't.
It really
Do that,
sucks they're
Anwin.
using regular attacks and not magic. Oh, that was actually a really good hit. One of them might actually hit Amwin. They both might actually hit Amwin.
Guys, please don't.
Oh shit!
Don't make Anwin. No. Don't.
As both of the rune spears go forward and attempt to slash at Amwin, both of them seem to glow at the very edge of them with a light teal-like color along the runes. As they do, they strike at Anwin, and they seem to cut into the thick hide of the Balverine fur. As they do, Anwin's going to be taking some damage. The rune spears do D10. I believe this is the D10. Is this the D10? It is. I was correct. So it's going to be 2D10 plus their 4s. So it's going to be 7 for the first one. And 10 for the other one. Holy shit. That's going to be 14 and 7. 21 damage to Amwin. Holy fuck. I think that's the most damage Amwin's taken this game.
Jesus.
As the Rune Knights begin doing this, they both slash at Amwin. Amwin goes, "Rah!" And he stands there holding on to the arm that they had cut. Amwin stumbles back, looking at them.
And
Man, if these guys knew that they just attacked the princess.
Yep. They're gonna die now.
Amwin's just looking at her arm and like looking back to them like, "What'd you do that for?" The two of you are not to be leaving this area until we've completed our investigation. Your associates will be brought back as well, and you'll all have to stand in front of the captain of the guard.
I chime in. For the former, that's very, very unlikely. As for the latter, I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna continue to look around, so please don't bother me.
You'll be standing where you are. The Rune Knight begins to go forward towards you.
I turn my back to him, and I just keep looking around.
Where are you looking?
I'm looking at this. We're in the, let's call it the crawl space for the moment.
You are not.
We're in this. Oh, we're not.
You are at. You were getting on the ladder whenever all this happened.
Okay, so I'll go up the ladder.
You're gonna go up the ladder.
Yeah.
The Rune Knight is going to attempt to grab at you. Whenever you go up the ladder, however, he then grabs the ladder itself. You have one warning. Get back down here.
You have one warning. Please don't follow. I'm not in a good mood right now.
The Rune Knight looks to you. Do you continue to go up?
I continue to go up. This is going to happen.
The Rune Knight takes out him. Rune Knight takes his spear and goes for a very wide slash at the ladder.
Alright.
As this happens, it's a ladder. He's gonna hit it.
Yeah. No, I know.
As the Rune Knight strikes the ladder, I need you to roll me for your reaction, please.
Reaction is a 3. I do have Quince dice. All right, we'll do 1, just in case. I have a feeling it's gonna be shit roll because the dice has not been kind to me lately. So let's take a look and see what happens. 6.
Nice. So it's a 21 altogether. He strikes at the ladder, and as he does, you are able to react enough to where you can land on your feet if need be.
I actually wanted to do something a little bit cooler.
Go ahead and call it out. We'll see if it happens.
I wanted to use my Wood Dragon Will-O-Wisps to grab onto a beam and just kind of lasso my way up.
You can attempt it. However, if you fail, you were going to fall on the ground. That 18 will not have mattered, or that 21 would not have mattered.
That's fine. I'll use a lot of dice.
Go ahead and roll me for a manipulate.
Hang on, let me check my manipulate.
It's pretty good. It's a 5.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So. 9. That was almost a 15. 8. 3. God, yeah, it's only getting worse. 2 rolls left.
Believe.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Okay, so when I said believe,
I can't get worse from there. Jesus.
That was the worst 5 rolls I think I've ever seen.
That was easily the worst. So the highest I got was a 4.
you didn't see last night, but that's really in this game.
Oh my God.
All right,
God.
so Will-O-Wisps, it only costs 1 MP, so
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah.
But
Pride,
again,
however.
because you are not able to use it in time, you try to throw out your Will-O-Wisps, and as you do, the Will-O-Wisps seem to lash out but not grab onto anything. You actually end up falling on your back. You'll take 5 damage.
Well, I have to kill everybody here now because everybody saw that. That's just embarrassing. I bet everyone's better off dead now.
It's okay, Night Shift.
Get the orb out of here.
The orb, I found it. It was under your table. You're like, where'd it go? I found it.
Everybody has to die now.
I locked it for a reason.
Why?
Oh, okay.
Anywho. As you land on your back, the Rune Knight seems to step over you, pointing his spear down towards you. Stay where you are. We'll call the Knight Captain soon to deal with you.
Oh, they don't want to do that.
No, you don't want to do that. let's see. What else can I do? What can I not do? I mean, fuck, I could roar, but I don't want to roar. Can I? Oh wait, yeah, I could do that. I could do scale mail, but he hasn't thrusted at my chest yet. So instead,
Quince, I'll have you know that these
Yep.
people are basically police.
yes.
Okay?
You wouldn't. You.
No.
you're-
You keep going. Keep going then.
I'm not gonna kill them. That was a joke. I could use Wood Dragon Dying Vine. That would immobilize them. I just wanted to search for clues.
Zoinks.
Why does it have to turn to this? Fucking Charlie had to run. Like, he had to Usain Bolt out of fucking Fiore.
Just
Alright.
drifting through Onibus holding two girls.
Yeah. Is that kidnapping now? I don't know.
Probably.
Shit. Okay. Let me see where I am in perpetuance to the guards. Okay, one guard's over. Anwood could deal with her. Can deal with that if she wants. Yeah. Can I just restrain the guard?
You can do whatever you want to try to do.
All right. I want to try to restrain the guard with Dying Vine. I think that takes 2 or 3. 3. No, 2 MP. Okay.
If you use Dying Vines, you do know that you will basically also have to remain immobile.
Oh yeah, that's right. I totally forgot about that. Okay. Black ring, no. See, I could use wild roots, but that also forces me to stay in the ground, and they'll just fucking destroy this place anyway. I don't want to destroy this place. Shit. I'm probably just better off fighting him in a physical one-on-one. Wood Dragon Claws would be decent. No MP cost. Alright, can we get into a fight? Like a fighting match?
You are on the ground. He has his spear pointed at you, but you could definitely attempt to.
Alright, cool. Let's give it a shot. Oh,
Okay.
wait, what's his spear made out of?
It is not made of wood, so everybody's saying you can eat it is not correct.
Oh, I'm not looking at chat. Is that what they're saying?
Yes.
Okay. Alright. Okay. Yeah, let's give it a shot.
All right, what do you want to do?
I would like to... I'm on my back, right?
You are on your back. You have a spear pointed at you. Pointed at you right now.
Can I try to kick his legs out?
You can attempt to.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll me for your athletics.
I'm gonna, you know what? After that fucking disaster of a roll, I'm gonna put 2 there just in case. Jesus God, that was embarrassing. 11. It's already an 18, so it's not bad. 10. 7. Okay, so we'll...
An 18
Jesus.
will definitely allow him to get hit. I'm gonna roll for him. Since you're just trying to kick his legs out from under him, he's gonna roll to see if he can stay firm. He has a 4 for his athletics, so he's gonna roll a +4.
All right.
You are able to kick his feet out from under him. As you do this, the member of the theater goes back like, yeah, oh God, something's happening. As you go to, we'll say that you unfortunately have fell as well, so he's not in your hands right now.
No, my Yig! You rat bastard! You're
He's fine.
dead! You're all dead now!
I'm gonna kill all of you.
Everybody in this room is dead except for Yig and you, Anduin. But everybody else is dead!
As you go to attack the Rune Knight, you knock his legs out from under him, and you go to stand up. He stumbles and falls. His spear no longer pointed at you. You go to get up. What do you do?
Okay, so I'm gonna try. I'm gonna run up the ladder this time.
The ladder has been destroyed.
Okay, that's right.
He
right,
slashed
right,
into it.
Okay. Okay, that's right. I forgot. Let's see. I mean, all right. Honestly, if we wanted to end this fight now, Anwin could just turn into a princess, but that's not gonna fucking happen because she doesn't want to. So,
It probably
Yig,
wouldn't end the
use
fight
your-
immediately either way.
Yig, use your ultimate power.
Yig's eyes start glowing as everyone starts levitating off of the ground. He sets them both on fire and sends them into the sun.
Oh fuck! I lucked out with you, Yig.
It's a pretty cool rabbit.
Oh, you're my best friend.
You get up from the ground. What do you want to do?
Okay. Jeez, I'm so sorry. It's hard to think. Shit. I all this stuff is like pretty much like, mid-late range, long range, or fucking kill. So I think I just rather beat him up with my bare hands, trying to knock him unconscious.
Yep, that's gonna turn out really well. Go ahead, my dude.
This is a good idea.
Mhm.
This is the best idea. Athletics again.
Yep, go ahead and roll me athletics.
Hang on. I'm running out of Quinspiration, but I need this to. But I don't need more humiliation. I'm overcompensating now, everybody, for you at home.
That's a pretty good one. As you go for an attack with them, with your fists, this is gonna unfortunately also be the same kind of a thing as Landon. You're not gonna be able to do a lot with your fists. You are not. Don't have a fisting card and things like that. So you'll be doing a D4 plus your athletics.
All right. Well, that's... Yeah. Okay. This is a D4,
Mhm.
right? Okay. Yeah. Cool. I just want to make sure.
But that definitely hits him.
All right. So D4 plus athletics.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna be a 1. It's a 3.
3 plus 7. That's going to be 10 damage. As you go down and you strike him with one of your fists while he's on the ground. That'll take up one of your APs. What do you want to do for the rest of the turn?
How much AP do I have left? 2.
2.
Oh shit! I can.
You could just keep punching him if you want.
Yeah, I could keep punching him. All right, let's do it.
All right, roll me another athletics.
Oh, wait, shit. Okay. Wait a minute. Fuck! Wait, hang on.
17
Okay.
hits.
All right.
Roll me a D4.
One.
It's going to be another 8, and you have 1 more AP.
Beat him up. 15.
15 plus your 7 does hit.
I'm so glad I put all my points in athletics.
It's
One again.
going to be 2 8s and a 10. Altogether, that is going to be 26 damage.
Ooh. I have a feeling he has 30 HP.
As you go into him, you get off him, you knock him onto the ground, and then you get on top of him and start punching him. As you are doing so, we are definitely in initiative at this point.
Yeah.
So I already know where the Rune Knights are going. So let's go ahead and have Anwin roll.
To be fair, I just wanted to search for clues, and they stabbed Anwin.
Anwen's gonna be going last with that roll.
Jesus, Anwin.
As the rune knight under you is gonna be going. He has his spear up. He's kind of like trying to hold it between you and him to try to stop you from punching at him. Unfortunately, it is not working at all, and he's getting a bunch of fistfuls of whatever it is you are into him. As this happens, he is going to attempt to push you off of him. As he does, you're not a really huge guy. You're not like holding him down because that's what you did with your 3 attacks. So he only has to get like a 15.
Okay.
And he does.
Yep. He
On the
just
roll.
makes it.
He got a 15
Just
on the
makes
roll.
it.
Well, he has a +4.
Yeah.
So as he does, he pushes you off for his first use of AP. He goes to stand up. He brandishes his spear. Upon doing that, he trails his hand down the spear on a line. The spear begins to glow that teal writing all over it. That's going to be what he does for his second AP. And for his third AP, he is going to attack you.
I just wanted to search for clues, but
Yep.
you stabbed my friend.
Now he's going to try to stab you.
Now you're gonna. It's really gonna hurt.
9 plus his 6. Go ahead and roll me for your reaction, my dude.
Reaction's a 3. I'm gonna fail this reaction. Isn't that what all reaction channels are? Failures. 8 plus 3.
Unfortunately, you will get hit. He had activated his rune glaive before he did this, which means he is going to be doing extra damage. He is going to be attacking you with a whopping 6.
The D4's here.
Oh no, he rolls a D12 for his damage.
Oh, okay.
He's attacking you with a spear.
Right. Yeah. Shut up. I know. I
You will be taking 6 damage plus his athletics plus his manipulate.
What is that?
So that is going to be altogether a 16 from you.
Okay. All right, that's not bad. All right, so I guess I have to actually put up a fight now. So
You are at the current time down to 54 HP.
yeah, I don't know how to change that without.
That's fine. We'll just keep it up.
Yeah,
We'll throw it right here. We'll throw it right 54 right there. Quint's 54. Anyway, the second rune knight is going to go. He is not being attacked or tackled or anything like that. He was like trying to keep Anwen off of him and trying to keep him from leaving. So as he is going to look to Anwen, he is going to bring his hands up. He's going to trace his hand along his own rune glaive, and upon doing so, the rune glaive is going to start to stretch. As the rune glaive starts to stretch, he is going to start chanting, and that is going to be his entire turn. Anwen is going to look at the both of them, look at the one who just stabbed him and go, ow, look back to the one that's attacking you, and he's going to be like, hey. And he's going to look to Yig and be like, food. I'm kidding.
Please don't. I don't want to fight you two.
I don't have to kill all 3 of you.
This is a hard decision to make. Especially since
Anwen is going to go over toward the one you are fighting and attempt to put him into a bear hold.
Bomb rush him.
As Anwen is going to roll for their amazing athletics.
I'm sure his athletics.
Holy fucking okay.
Wow. What happened?
I don't think this guy can get out of that. He only has a 4 in athletics. He can't beat a 26.
Absolutely can't.
I don't think this guy can get out of this.
No. What you nat 20 that, you're still down.
If he nat 20s, he can get out of it because that's how nat 20s work. But that is the only hope he has. As Anwen goes forward and just grabs onto the rune knight in front of you, and I'm just gonna say this: that is not Anwen's full turn. Anwen, as he grabs this, is going to probably hold on to him because knowing how much of a grip Anwen has, Anwen realizes that this person cannot fight against them at all. They're gonna be like, no, they're trying to fight against them, and I'm barely, no, they're not even, this isn't happening. Anwen is going to, at that point, attempt to pin this person down. as Amwin just basically pulls their own legs out from under them and just falls forward with the Rune Knight in their arms. Upon doing this, Amwin is going to be putting all of their weight onto the Rune Knight, and Amwin, that's going to be a D12. Go ahead, D12 plus your athletics, which is really good right now. Another 16 damage on this guy.
Oh, please don't kill me.
The Rune Knight is on the ground, unable to get up. Anwin is on top of them, and it is your turn.
All right. So since Anwin's got this guy under control, I'm just. Oh, okay. Oh, that's where you put the physical. Okay, great. I'm just gonna use dying vines on the other guy to restrain him.
You're gonna attempt to restrain him.
Yes.
To the 2. You go ahead and use Dying Vines. Dying Vines is a fantastic ability to use on this boy. However, that is going to be 3 AP from you.
So have one turn.
1, 2, 3. That is also going to be 2 MP from you. 1, 2. You would have got one of them back this turn. So yeah. As you cast Dying Vines toward this person, I'd like you to roll me for...
My worst
roll me
thing.
for your awareness. Yeah, it has to be awareness.
Yeah. Fuck it.
Oh, shit.
Putting 5 in.
I'd say 3 might be enough.
I'll meet you halfway and put 4.
Okay.
Because this is my worst fucking stat. I still need to get that awareness thing. Point proven.
Mm-hmm.
It's only going to get lower from here, right? Am I right, Dice? No, I'm wrong.
19 plus 1. Just see if you can get a 20 now with the others.
Boy. 18. Oh, Jesus. 18. 16. 4.
As you attempt to use your Dying Vines, you turn your arms into vines. They start stretching out all over. Your Willow Whips go away as you do this because your Willow Whips can't be used while your arms are busy being transformed. As you transform your arms, you attempt to encase this person in a petrified wood coffin of sorts. As soon as this thing attempts to strike at him, unfortunately, like I had said before with his turn, he had outstretched his spear and runes were glowing very brightly. That's all he did during his turn. As soon as your magic touches it, your spell gets immediately canceled. They are Rune Knights. They are the anti-mage.
So why'd I roll awareness?
I wanted to see if you understood exactly why that happened.
Oh.
That's why I said go ahead and put away some of your dice. That's why I was trying to be like, it's important, but it's not that important.
Okay.
But you went for 4, so.
That's fine. I still have 5 left. I need more dice though.
As he has outstretched his thing, we're gonna go to the one under Amwin's turn. Hey, guess what? Their fucking turn is wasted because there's literally nothing they can do other than do an athletics roll to see if they can get up. Which, by the way, I'm guessing is not going to be the case. First attempt. No, I was good. It's close. It was close. You did it. They only have 2 tries. Then, nope. Fucking, you're staying down there.
Not at all. It's like you had a chance and you fucked it up.
As it's going to go to this Rune Knight's turn, he now sees what is going on. He sees that his partner is completely on the ground. He sees you in front of him, have just tried to bind him with something. He then outstretches his spear once more. I would like you to please roll me for your reaction since you did a good awareness last time.
Roll my reaction. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Just 1 this time. Five. That
Unfortunate.
fucking mother.
As he begins to outstretch the rune spear, it begins to encircle all the entirety of the three of you. You, Anwin, and the bad guy Rune Knight guy who's underneath Anwin get encased in a circle of runes. He then places the rune spear onto the ground as all the runes begin to trace themselves along the ground in a circle. As soon as this happens, Quince, you no longer feel any of your magic.
Oh, I'm gonna fuck him up. Oh wait, no. If I don't feel it, that means fucking Anwin doesn't feel it anymore either, dude.
Exactly.
That means
As soon as this happens, bye, Anwin.
fucking princess time.
Hi, naked Anwin.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
It's not
I knew
naked. It's not naked Anwin this time because that's not how a takeover magic works. But it is clothed Anwin. It is still a clothed Anwin. As the three of you are locked inside of this rune circle, Anwin transforms back into her girl-like form and gets pushed off of the Rune Knight, who stands also completely magicless. By the way, he can't fucking do shit in here.
Nope.
As this happens, so Wilhelm, Landon, Shomaru.
Okay then. Fine then. Cool. This is totally fine. I'm not miffed at all.
Hello.
Awoo.
Oh,
Landon, Shomaru, Wilhelm. You guys had just talked about and contemplated all of the different options you guys have in order to go forward with the plans. You had talked about the area you guys are going to. You had talked about the area that the areas you are returning to, and you talked about potentially the dangers that you will face going on the way. As all of this stuff is being said to you.
What the fuck was that noise?
A streak goes by, a streak of cotton candy colors and somebody saying "run" through the air. As soon as that happens, however, the streak seems to turn on a dime, turn back around, and stop here. Priscilla!
Priscilla falls over and dies.
The entire time you were trying to talk, Charlie was just running.
What? On
As
earth
Charlie,
was-
as Charlie turns around and stops right here, he goes, "Oh, hey guys."
oh, hi! You guys are back early. I
What was
thought
that
you were
about?
on longer.
What was that about, Quince?
Yeah, he's probably dead. I'm kidding. He doesn't say that.
We ran into some rune knights and they were arresting this girl and they were hurting her. And we tried to tell them, well, what's going on? Why are you arresting her? But then they almost stabbed me. And then Charlie saved me. But Quince is inside with Anwin and they're rune knights.
Charlie then looks over at the person that he had brought in. He's like, "Hey, are you okay? Are you? Oh,
What?
whoopsie."
We left you for 5 minutes!
What do you mean, whoopsie, Charlie?
Did you
What
shrink?
did you do?
What? What on earth?
What the fuck did you do?
Charlie puts his hand on her head. Did you shrink?
Charlie, who's this?
Is this not the lady you rescued?
Did you just assault Rune Knights?
Whoopsie.
Because you... Charlie?
Not a whoopsie.
Charlie!
Quince and Anwin can be in trouble now.
She looks just like her. I mean,
Charlie,
now that I'm looking at her, like, she doesn't look just like her, but she looks just like her.
We're just gonna go over to the strange new person.
I
Hi
just-
there! What's your name?
I just wanted to search for clues.
Have you... Deco.
I didn't
Deco.
want to hurt anybody. I just wanted to be a Scooby Gang. God.
I love
Shomaru,
Scooby.
you go over to the winded girl.
know what?
Blue, I need to
Yeah.
ask, how far away is the Knight Captain from here?
Like right over there. You can literally see him from here.
And how far away is the theater?
Maybe a block away.
Okay, cool. So,
before that, I'm trying to get through to something else. Shomaru, you have made your way over to the very confused and winded looking girl. Hello.
I'm Shomaru. Who are you?
She looks down at you and like looks around like, I'm really confused.
Oh, it's nice to meet you. Really confused.
Shomer, this is not the time.
Oh, that's not her name.
No,
This is-
sorry. I don't know.
I don't know. What's your name?
No, I
Fuck
can't.
off with this.
I can't.
Are you an M? Are you an M? Do you not have any memories right now?
No, I have memories. I just can't say my name.
Oh,
Neat.
okay.
Awesome, amazing, fantastic, Charlie.
It's nice to meet you.
I
Can't
should
say your
probably go
name.
back and kind of smooth this whole
No.
situation over.
No,
They're
no,
gonna tell.
no.
They're gonna tell the guard leader man. We need
You
to
mean-
find him.
He's right over there, but we need
He's right over there.
Charlie.
We
You
need to
under?
talk to him.
I'm going to yell at you later, Charlie. I'm gonna go get the night captain now.
It sounds like you're yelling
Don't-
right now.
Move,
Okay.
Charlie.
All right.
Wilhelm will be right. Wilhelm's gonna go get the captain.
Priscilla's gonna look at Charlie and she's gonna look at the other girl.
It's okay, Charlie. You made a mistake.
I thought I was doing a good.
Well, first off, Charlie, you're never supposed to punch the rude knights because
the
they're the
police.
police, and it only gets you in trouble.
I'm just gonna sit back down on my fucking chair and the bench in the park that we're in and be like, well, I guess I'm not needed then.
I guess we're just gonna sit here and watch this fucking world burn.
I mean, if something really happens where we need to get out, I'll deal with it, but
Just enjoying the show.
Also, if she's not the girl you rescued, then what were you doing in the theater?
That's where I'm staying right now.
Why?
Wilhelm,
Have a
Live in
home?
a theater?
Wilhelm, you go over to the night captain. As he's talking to these two rune knights, and he's just like, yep, fucking things,
Cap-
right? Things, am I right,
Captain.
guys?
Captain.
Wilhelm,
looks
what is it?
like, He looks like he is just, there's no, it's shame and anger and embarrassment and shame on his face.
Mostly shame.
And
I'm
anger.
sorry!
Captain, I need you to come with me to the theater.
This is something important, I take it?
Yeah. It's very important. Please come with me.
He looks
I'm
over to the two rune knights. Are you sure this can't wait, Wilhelm?
Yeah.
They're gonna kill Quinn!
You were not there. You were talking to Charlie whenever this was happening.
Yeah,
My opinion!
As he steps away from the rune knights, he looks back to them. We'll continue this later, both of you. As they both look to him with kind of like frowns and just kind of like stand at attention in front of the doors. He looks back to you. All right, what's going on?
Right, so, look, I promise Phantom Lord isn't full of this. First of all,
This
I need
is
to
not the greatest way to start this off, but all right.
There's no good way to start this off. Someone may have kicked a rune knight and gotten into a scuffle and ran away. And there's still more people at the theater right now dealing with the rune knights. I'm sorry.
The theater.
Theater. Let's go.
Let's go.
Ugh. I swear Phantom Lord isn't full of this.
I've had to deal with a bunch of guild mages. I'll tell you this right now, all guild mages are like this.
I feel a little better.
As he comes and joins the group with you guys were chatting with her as she's just like, that's where I'm staying right now.
Wow, do you get to see theater shows? That's amazing.
I try not to be there whenever a lot of other people are there.
Don't you have a house?
Yeah.
What's wrong with it?
Is it broken?
I can't say. Not that it's a problem to say it, but I actually can't say.
Oh, I don't get it.
Is it because of that reason that you don't want to be there anymore or can't be there anymore?
I want to be there, but I can't.
I don't get it. Then why not go there?
Because you can't say.
I can't.
So then, if you can't be there,
What if we take you there? You can't. Not that you can't try, it's just you can't.
is it because of a spell or a curse?
I can't say.
Is that a curse too?
She
I
just
mean, is
looks
it-
at you.
I mean, is it can or shouldn't? Those are like two very different things.
At this point, the Knight Captain and Wilhelm have finally made it back to the group.
I will help.
I'll just fucking take my hand off the bench, grab it away to the captain, and be like, "Hey, Captain."
Hi, Captain.
He waves over to Landon like, hey. Looks over to Shomaru. Seems there's some of your people over by the theater. Are you gonna wait here? Or are you gonna come with?
We have to get quit.
I guess that means you're coming, Priscilla. Charlie.
And Anwin.
You told me to stay here.
I told you to stay. Now you're coming with me.
You said you wouldn't yell.
I'm not yelling.
You were yelling earlier.
Yes.
Oh, yes, I was. And I'll do it later.
You said you wouldn't.
We
say
made a
what?
mistake, Mr. Wilhelm.
You never said I never said I'd promise, Charlie.
He didn't mean to.
I understand, but when you you really need to think before
Come
you
on.
run, Charlie.
Hey, is Dimitri near us?
Dimitri is over
right
by
here.
some of the shops and things off to the north.
Okay, I wasn't sure whether or not he was actually in the group or out of the group.
Yep, he is. He
If
is
was,
off.
I would have still told him to observe the
He's
lady.
he is still within eyesight, eyesight. If you would like to grab him, but he's not with the group. As the Knight Captain seems to walk off toward
Yep.
where the theater is, Wilhelm, you go after. I'm guessing Priscilla goes as well.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie will go as well. The girl from before does not want to go back for reasons, and nobody told her to unless you want her to.
No.
No, it's fine.
I try-
Someone's got to stay here with the Bascalask lady, so you know.
And let's keep
I'll
a random
just fucking
orphan.
Deal with it.
It's like fucking picking up puppies.
Maki's coming.
We just keep. It's like picking up stray puppies off the street. You know, with these fucking amnesiac people who can't say shit.
Shomaru, do you want to go or do you want to stay?
Nah, Shomer's gonna stay. He wasn't told to come.
Landon, are you gonna go or are you gonna stay?
I gotta stay to make sure nobody ends up attempting to assassinate the lady that's gonna be assassinated later, anyways.
Listen, if we're gonna do our job, we're gonna do it well. Damn it.
I can't lose. I'm the best.
As the others stay behind, these will make them. This group will make their way over to the theater. Shomaru, you and the girl just kind of like sitting there. She looks over and she's like, am I in trouble?
I don't think so.
Honestly, I have no idea.
Should I leave?
Best to stick around for now. If there's really issues, we'll solve it.
I mean, if you want to leave, but if you want to hang out and stay here for a while and pet me, that's fine too. I like getting petted.
Mm.
Quick, roll your charm.
Hey, Dimitri.
You see him look up from the shop area he was looking at. He seemed to be looking at some different jewels and things of that nature. As he just kind of turns back and just kind of walks slowly back over to you.
No major rush,
Doop.
partner. If you want to
Doop.
finish what you're doing, you
Doop.
can. But I'd
Doop.
like you to observe something for
Doop.
me.
Doop.
Yeah, okay, now fucking start taking time.
You want me to observe something for you?
We have a new friend around us. For some reason, she's caught the attention of Rune Knights, and I'd like to know why, friend.
Let me see. Dimitri makes his way over to her and looks at her and Shomaru. As he does, she seems to look at you, Shomaru, and like almost out of like just something to do. She's like leaning down and petting you.
Yes.
Girl who can't say your name, this is Dimitri. He's very good at observing things.
If there's something wrong with you, I can be able to see what it is. Just hold still. He seems to cover one of his eyes as the other one seems to let off a glow. He begins to look over the girl. It takes a little bit of time, however, he eventually lowers his hands and both his eyes stop glowing. Seems to be some sort of geist. A magical contract of types. Have you signed anything lately, girl? What were the terms of it? Can you say anything about it? She kind of looks away. She does not even attempt to answer like yes or no to it. Can't speak of the
That
terms.
doesn't sound like a lot of fun. I'm not sure why you had to sign those terms, but it seems like it's giving you quite the headache.
A magical contract. You have to sign it of your own free will. No one can force you to sign it through magic, or no one can make you move your hand. It was something you wanted, right? She just kind of keeps her mouth shut. You almost see Shomaru from you being there. You almost see like she's like her mouth almost looks like it's trying to open up to say something, but it almost stretches, keeping the mouth shut as she tries. She looks like she just legitimately cannot say anything about it.
Oh, so you actually meant you can't. Okay, that makes sense.
She can't mention anything about it, but she looks over at Shomaru. How has she been acting so far? What can't she say?
She says she can't say her name. She can't talk about that. She said she wants to go home but can't.
So whoever made you sign this basically made you give up your identity. If you can't return, you can't say your name, can't talk about the contract. He looks back over to Landon. There's not a lot we can do unless we find some kind of loophole in it, but if she's not able to speak about it, then I'm guessing the person who put her under was a very, well, practiced user of magical contracts.
Do you think it can be disrupted?
There are ways to break magical contracts. If there was any terms that were good for her, if one of those gets stopped and the contract becomes void. Also, we could attempt to try to get the Rune Knights to help. They practice powerful anti-magic, however, contracts are a little bit different. There is still a chance it might work, however. Other than that, I don't know. Magical contracts are tricky. From what you had told me about that thing below Crocus, it seems like that's the best option for what could be there. That spirit. Magical contracts affect those even after they've died.
Interesting. Because it's magical, that means it's some form of magic that's certainly attached to her, isn't it?
Potentially. It's more like an imprint. Again, anti-magic could work, but without something to actually cast it on, just casting it around her might not be enough.
That makes sense.
But these are practiced Rune Knights. Potentially they have magics that I don't know about.
Outside of actually chattering with Dimitri, that essentially means that neither of my magic powers could probably end up doing anything to this, since Snap just breaks physical things. And shot is more a disruption of magic, but while it could disrupt, probably doesn't disrupt a contract like that, does it?
You have no idea.
I mean, I could try a shot. I could give it a shot, since I know Snap's gonna do fuck all.
I could just shoot this girl a lot and see if it works.
Bang, bang.
Just kill her. The contract's void.
Yeah, there we go.
No, it doesn't work that way. I literally just said it does. It
doesn't work that way.
It works beyond death.
Well, it's not our problem anymore then.
It's
Yeah.
not your problem now.
Why am I here?
You know that your
We've seen-
regular shot usually, again, in combat, out of combat we can stretch it, but in combat usually just takes away their fatigue and their stamina, as in it keeps them from doing things with their AP. Your overcharge potentially gets rid of all magic inside of something, but you're not sure exactly if that'll work, and you don't feel like losing all your magic for a day, especially since you're going to be going up against some Dark Guild people. But you can attempt to do whatever you want to do.
I could attempt a zeal shot it and see what happens.
Okay? You make your way over toward her.
Yeah.
As you do, she just kind of like looks at you. She does not understand exactly what you're doing, so she doesn't know how to really prepare herself or do anything like that. She stops petting Shomaru.
I'll be placing my hand on your shoulder for a brief period of time. We'll see what happens after that.
All right.
There we go. I can try a zeal shot. Fuck it.
All right.
It's 2 MP. Take that off. That off. And it's fucking out of combat, so we're not even going to worry about the ability
You
power.
go to use Zeal Shot on her. I will say this right now, no matter what you roll, it does not actually get rid of the contract.
Of course.
However, would you like to roll me for your awareness, please?
Okay. I'll get put one inspiration into that. That's an 8. That's an 8. Plus 2 is 12.
You're not sure exactly what you feel. However, you do feel something whenever you send your magic inside of her. You feel her own magic. It is definitely there. However, you also feel that magic seems to be suppressed at the moment. Potentially also suppressed by the same contract. You feel that there is a different presence, somebody else's magic deep inside of her.
Huh. Well, you're just a full bag. Well, you're just a bag of secrets, aren't you?
Again, you're expecting that somebody else's magic is the person who put the contract on her.
I wonder if that's magic that I can disrupt temporarily. It didn't seem to the first time, but you never know.
Hey, Miss, I have a question.
She looks at you. I'm sorry,
Why,
I can't
Charlie?
really say much.
No, about how you got here. Like, why did Charlie kick a guard and run away with you?
He seems to think that I was somebody else. He asked me if I'd shrunk.
Oh,
You have a sister? I'll take that as a yes. Are they older? I'll also take that as a yes.
wait, I have an idea. It's like what Dimitri said with after looking at her with the eye. If there was a contract and they like took her all her name and stuff, what if the Charlie thought that this was the person, or the person that took her stuff is her and this isn't her? Or you know what I mean?
I get what you're saying. If that's the case, then wherever Charlie was going to find that friend of his is probably where this one belongs.
So to disrupt the contract, all we have to do is find the other person then. Or, the contract need not be disrupted, considering it was, from the sounds of it, of your own conviction, then perhaps we'll just find more information.
Was that me? I think you started like roboting for a second. Oh, that's me. That is definitely me.
I haven't.
I'm gonna go ahead and end the call real quick, so that they don't go through the roboties. And go back in.
I changed the region
There we
to
go.
central. It's usually a little
Hello.
friendlier.
There we go.
Okay.
I left so that there weren't any like too many robot sounds. Yeah, I got the gist of what you were saying, Landon. If you want to repeat anything, you can.
The long story short was that I said that if you want the contract broken, we just got to find the person and break it. But considering you're the person that put the contract or signed the contract, maybe you don't want the contract broken. It's not my intent to break it either way. But if I was able to disrupt it, I would have got a bit of information. That just tells me I have to find the person to get the information instead. That was not the long story short.
If it were up to me, then I would think that this person would want to be free of whatever is on them. Since they're apparently living in a theater right now, it doesn't seem like they've had a very good experience from this.
No kidding.
It's a very strange cage you have. She doesn't speak at all, because, again, when it comes to that contract or anything about that, she just does not speak about anything.
Where are you not allowed to go to again?
You had said you couldn't go back home. I can't. And
Do we know where home is?
I mean, I think Charlie does.
he'd be
Home
the
is
only
where the
one.
heart is. If Charlie does, then perhaps we shall wait for Charlie then.
Hopefully they don't get arrested.
It would be really unfortunate. We do have a job to do, and it would be a lot harder if half the people here were arrested.
I'm not too worried.
Speaking
figure it
of half the people being arrested, Quince,
Yes.
you have just got inside of this circle of what appears to be anti-magic. As you have done so, Anwin seems to have reverted back to their original form and is looking at and is kind of holding her arm, where you do see there's blood coming down from it. Because again, they did pierce the hide of the creature she was being before. The other Rune Knight seems to have gotten up from where he was and has attempted to get his spear again. However, you notice that his spear is no longer glowing, as he is also being affected by the anti-magic right now.
I do have an idea.
The last Rune Knight guy is standing outside of the barrier, and has basically, being like sticking his hands like on the runes that are etched in the ground.
I do have an idea. I would like to run over to Anwin. I'm just gonna keep calling her Anwin.
You make your way over toward Anwin. As you do, the Rune Knight Knight attempts to get between the two of you.
All right, yeah.
Hold yourself! It's already bad enough as it is.
You have no idea what you've just done, do you?
He seems to hold out his spear, looking towards you. Back off! Reinforcements will be here. You'll be taken before the Knight Captain.
And you shall be court-martialed, good sir. You and him.
Don't do this.
I'd rather not, but I can't let you. No, okay, you know what? No, I didn't say the court-martial part. No, forget that. Scratch that out. Scratch that out.
Back off! Going back to what was said before the court-martial thing.
Go.
Reinforcements will be here. You'll be brought before the Knight Captain.
I mean, I'll wait, but this... I just wanted to search for clues, you know?
What kind of authority do you think you have? We, the Rune Knights, have already searched this place, found the girl, and were about to arrest her before your group showed up.
To be
Every
fair,
step of the way, we told you to back down.
Yeah, but you stabbed her first.
We were assaulted before that.
She doesn't have perfect control over her magic.
By members of your group.
Our guild. We're. Yeah, you know what? Fine, fuck it. It shouldn't be a secret. We are members of Phantom Lord. We were kind of just passing through.
Phantom
This looked
Lord.
interesting.
Right, for that mission of yours. So just because you have a mission from Era, you think you can walk all over us, you say?
That wasn't my intent. You're putting words in my mouth.
You're really angry, you know that?
He really is.
Quiet!
I just wanted to search for clues, but you guys really don't like
You are not authorized for that. You are a guild mage. The law is the law.
I mean,
We were escorting you inside to look through the area, but once your friends began to flee, that was when you lost that authority.
I mean, that was Charlie's B. No, that's not what he would say. Okay. One of my guild mates made a mistake. I am more than willing to admit that, but that doesn't mean we're all cohorts in whatever he was pulling. And I can assure you that he will be heavily disciplined when we get back. However, I do not... Ugh, shit. Sorry, my throat. I am not in the same camp as that. I would just very much like to continue to look around before whatever happens.
You are to be staying right here. That magic you were using is very dangerous. When we have reinforcements and the Knight Captain has came here, then your judgment will be passed. You'll probably be lenient, since you are a member of Phantom Lord. You are currently doing a mission. However, there will be repercussions. I will see to it personally.
You seem really mad. Is there something you want to talk about? Aside from all of this.
Keep talking. Everything you say will just make it worse.
I don't mean that in any sarcasm. I'm genuinely curious.
He stops speaking. He stands holding his spear between you and Anwin.
Can I at least get that ladder over there? What's left of it?
You're inside of a circle of runes. Like, even getting the ladder would not work at the moment, man.
No, he's just hungry.
Anyhow. On the outside. The Knight Captain makes his way through the city. You guys following in tow. On the outside of the place, you guys see what appears to be the three from before. Two of them from Fairy Tale. One of them being Fiona, who is just basically like hanging out near the top of the area, looking down.
She's being a tsundere. I got it.
Upon you guys making your way here, the Knight Captain steps between the two Fairy Tale mages. Move aside. Excuse me. As he
Alright,
begins to make his way, going to the front of the theater.
Excuse me, pardon me.
Hi, Arya.
Priscilla, you should probably.
Hi, Arya.
There's a bunch of really angry talking over there.
Yeah, I have a feeling that yeah.
I probably shouldn't have came back.
You really shouldn't have.
You have
Oh,
to
no.
you have to say you're sorry.
But I'm not.
You will. Don't.
Fucking don't let them know that.
Priscilla
It's
looks
at
at
this
Charlie.
point you guys see coming from the other side, like the other area, just like this one rune knight out of breath, just he got away. He looks forward and sees this.
Motherfucker.
How the hell? What?
Priscilla's gonna pull on Charlie really quickly and whisper in his ear,
Just say you're sorry. It's okay if you don't mean it, as long as they don't know.
Hi.
For charisma.
Hi, I'm sorry. He pulls his spear out. As he does, the guard captain steps forward, puts his hand up,
"I'm
stand down.
sorry."
As he goes walking this way.
Fuckhole about your apology.
I'm sorry.
I'm just following. I'm following behind the captain.
Bring
I'm
that
going.
one. Bring that one in here.
Is he referring to that rune knight?
He's talking to you two.
Yep. Okay, come on, Charlie.
Yeah, okay.
We're not having you be a fugitive, all right? Now come on.
Listen, it was an honest mistake. As in, I honestly made a mistake.
I'm gonna kick your shin, man. Keep it up.
As the Knight Captain walks inside, Quince, you see coming inside Knight Captain Reynolds, followed by Wilhelm, Priscilla, and Charlie, and as well as a few other people. As this happens, Yig comes hopping out from behind one of the columns off to the right, or off to the right of you at least. As Yig's like looking into the boundary, looking at you. Inside of Yig's head, he's like, "My master has been taken from me. I must assault these people. I'm kidding. They must be fed to my." I'm kidding now. But Quince, you see the
depths of my hunger.
You see the Knight Captain and the others coming in. Wilhelm and Priscilla. You guys see Quince, Anwin in her girl form, and one of the Rune Knights inside of a large wall of a large circular wall of runes.
Hello,
Oh,
Mr.
no.
Reynolds.
I look at Anwin. I'm like, oh no.
Hello, Quince. What's going on? And the Knight Captain stops.
Oh no, Tiffany!
Shut up, Priscilla.
Priscilla.
The Knight Captain looks at this person whom, you know, they've kind of grown up around for quite a long time.
Well, I was super hoping that the Rune Knights wouldn't get their anti-magic off. But it was
To be
I had to
fair.
commit. It was too late.
The Knight Captain opens his mouth and then shuts it as he turns back toward Quince. Quince, what's going on in there?
I just wanted to search for clues. But
Quince,
then
what?
I just wanted to look around, but then she got all... The Rune Knight tried to stop her when she was beastie, and they stabbed her. So I wanted to make them
Knight
stop.
Captain. He looks over as the Rune Knight begins to speak up. He looks at the Rune Knight. We had tried to settle the situation, sir, but neither of them would listen to us. They seemed above our authority.
You stabbed her.
I was after she was deciding to leave. We had told her to stay still.
Doesn't have as good control over her magic when she's a beastie.
That is not any concern of ours. The guard captain looks at him as he says that and kind of twitches his eye.
Wilhelm's like, oh no. He says this like, oh no, look on his face, like he's like sweating, like, uh-oh.
Release the runes. Sir? Release the runes. They have to continue on with their They have to continue on with their mission. And they can't very well do that inside of our prisons. This is a very important mission, as I'm sure you know. We'll see what'll happen from this later on. I can't allow that, sir! These people and their associates have not only assaulted us, but have not listened to our authority. Like most other guild mages, they seemed above it. I believe I told you to remove the runes. I'll make sure that they're dealt with. But right now, they cannot be. I'd also like you to forget what you saw here. What do you mean? I'll take care of it. You have no jurisdiction over me. I can do what I want. I will return to Era and I will tell the councilman. If you want to make your way back to Era, go ahead. I mean, there's a lot of very scary dark mages out there that might be in your path. But go ahead. Go find the councilman. Remove the runes. Yes, sir. The other rune knight puts his hands onto the ground. As he does, the runes from the ground rise up and return into his spear-like object as he lifts it up. Upon doing this, Quince, you now feel your magic returning to you.
Oh, God, it's like holding your breath.
As that happened, Amwyn still is staying in her form as she rubs onto her forearms, and she's just like, about time. She goes and steps out. As she does, she lets go of both of her arms. As you guys see, there are large gashes on both of her arms.
Yeah.
Amwyn, please transform back to a Balverine.
As she does, she goes over to Captain Reynolds, and then she pats Captain Reynolds on the shoulder. You're doing a good job. Yep.
Need a bandage?
What do I need a bandage for?
You're hurt. Look at your arm.
Yeah, they're a little bit hurt.
Where's the bandages? Charlie didn't want them.
Are you going to be returning home soon?
Meanwhile, this poor motherfucker's like, what the shit's going on in my room?
Nope. And why is that? Cause I'm a mage!
I knew it. I fucking knew it. I knew it, you son of a bitch. In my head, I'm like, here it comes. Here it fucking comes.
Yeah, you can't resist things like that.
Trying to get on Anwyn.
Yay!
He looks back toward Wilhelm and shoots just a very, very just intense glare at him. We'll talk about this later.
Yep. We sure will. Mm-hmm.
Finish up your investigation, knights. They have to get ready to leave.
I can't wait to never come back here. Yay!
The knight captain steps back as the other rune knight comes back inside. They all kind of are looking at Quince.
Quince, let's go. Forget the ladder.
The one behind you, Quince, says, "You're not going to get away without anything. I'll make sure of it."
He seems really upset. Someone should really talk to him about his problems. I go over and I grab the ladder. I just start numbing on it.
As you attempt to go past them, they both stick out their spears again.
Quince, please forget the ladder and let's go. There's plenty of trees outside. We have to go through a forest anyway. Let's go.
All right.
Quinn.
Where's Yig?
He's right here.
Yig.
Hop. Hop.
Yay!
Hop. Hop. Hop.
You're good, Yig.
As the Rune Knights stay inside with the theater manager, you guys go outside. As you do, the Knight Captain sighs and steps out. So, did the apology work?
I think it did.
Probably not. I'm willing to bet no.
No, absolutely not. But at least you tried. So, how about you get ready to leave soon?
You guys can't leave until sundown, remember?
I really just want to get away from this place right now.
I
oh
know
boy.
you want to get away from this place, but if we don't follow the schedule, then you're
I'm-
basically condemning the fairy tale carriage to death.
I know. I'm not actually serious about it. It's just what I'm feeling right now.
Let's return back to the market.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
We'll talk about it later.
he's just nodding like, mm-hmm. Wilhelm's just like, inside, he's like, do I tell him about the other two? Should I tell him about the other two?
I mean, that's up to you.
No, he's probably not.
It's also a matter of what will the fuck, how will he lose his shit?
Really bad, but I did say I'd help find his kids along my travels.
Yeah.
So, you know, 3 down.
3 down. Billion to go.
You guys,
3. I thought we only had 2.
We have Anwin, we got Shomaru's friend, and we got the other guild mage that Quinn tries to kill with his impalement. All the time.
Yeah. Okay,
Constantly.
yeah.
as you guys are making your
wanna
way
shut
back,
the fuck up about that?
as you guys are making your way back to the area, one of the main path to the area is completely open because again, there's nobody in the streets today. The guard captain is very silent the entire way. However, it does take like glances over toward Anwen every now and then before just walking basically up to the other members of Phantom Lord before turning back to you guys, sighing and continuing to walk.
Have a good rest of your day, Captain.
He puts a hand up over his head with just like a lazy wave, like, yep.
Well, I'm just gonna just sit down on the bench and be like,
Gee, what's his problem? What's his problem, am I right?
Anwin?
No, he was... don't worry about him. He's always like that.
I know he is, man.
You know he wet the bed till he was 13?
Thanks, Anwin.
That's
What is that?
unfortunate.
What does that mean?
You know how... You know, he's gonna whisper, you know, the whole missing kids thing? Remember that? You remember him, Anwin? Brother. Captain's his brother.
What?
Oh my god.
I'm going to scream. I leave you
Carries
for 5 minutes.
Carries Priscilla back over here.
5 minutes. And just fucking assault the guards.
Are you sure you're okay, Anwin?
Oh, you said you sure you're okay, Amwin? You look down at Amwin. As you do, you see that the cuts that are along Amwin's arms look like they already started to heal over. As again, you guys know that Amwin's Balverine form comes with a lot of physical like mutations and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's a regen.
As Amwin just lifts up her arms, just like yeah.
Charlie.
Yeah, what's up?
You said you were gonna get a reward sometime today, right?
Yeah.
Where were you supposed to get that?
Well, I thought from her, but then it wasn't her. So like,
Was there a meeting
from
point
someone
you were
else.
supposed to be at?
Nope. I mean, I was gonna head over to the mansion that I dropped her off at.
Perhaps we should take a walk to that mansion then.
Oh Lord, what's happened now? He turns to Landon. Oh Lord, what's happened now?
Well, While everyone was busy trying to resolve the situation, I decided to hold up more situations.
Yay. I love situations that pile up.
This one pertains to this girl and her binding contract in a magical circuit that she cannot break.
Oh,
I think
crap.
someone stole her face. Or at
What?
least I think so.
It seems like this person here is under a magical contract that they can't speak about. It made them forget made them not be able to say their name, not talk about the contract itself, and not return to their home, probably among other things. We're
not gonna
thinking that
leave-
she may be the younger sister of the one that Charlie's been looking for, given her reactions.
We're not gonna leave this place without setting something on fire, are we?
I could resolve this for you folks if you wanted to take a rest.
No. Never go alone. It's a bad idea. Especially with all the dark mages out. Who knows where they're hiding. Where's this mansion at?
You're worried about me.
Magical contracts aren't something I'll be able to sense as far as the person who put it on her, so I'd say just watch out and make sure you don't look or agree to anything without knowing exactly what it is.
Do you think that if I were to touch the other person who was a part of the contract, I'd be able to understand and probably match the magic to what I felt inside of this girl?
I have no idea. That magic of yours is very interesting. Potentially
I guess
you
we're gonna
could.
find out then.
Potentially you could, but again, magical contracts are very powerful magic.
And I'm a very powerful mage.
If anything happens, worst comes to worst, we could ask the captain to see if there's any way he can get a rune knight to help us out.
You know, let's try and handle this ourselves first. Why not? It's gone so far, so
I
good.
don't think our rune
5
knight's
minutes
gonna want
later,
to help
5
us.
rune knights.
I don't want to bother the captain or any more rune knights today.
I'll stay here with the prisoner. I'll see if I can't get a couple people to stay as well.
All right. So, if she can't go back to her home, what makes us think that we can drag her back there by force? If that is her home, in fact.
I mean, I'm pretty strong. I could probably lift her up. I mean, I did whenever I escaped from the rune knights with her.
I mean, I'm not sure that's... You know what? Fine. Go and try it.
I mean, I don't think we actually need to bring her. I mean, she can't talk about anything anyway.
Hmm.
We could always try. I don't see a problem in that.
You can't. I can't go back. I can't never could do nothing. Come on.
Okay. So, is there any way to... Are we going to the right place, even if she really can't say anything about it?
Well, Charlie knows where it is before he even saw her.
Well, I mean, I get that, where are the mansions, but do we know that that's the place she's talking about? For all we know, she could be someone completely unrelated to that mansion.
You are correct. But this is the only way we'll get that information.
That and she looks just like somebody there, apparently. So, you know.
Well, again, they look a little bit smaller, a little bit less dirty. No offense.
Jesus.
Charlie, I don't want to... I'm not saying I don't trust your eyes, but I trust your feet more.
I don't think she had any bangs. I mean, she might have had some bangs, but didn't come down that much.
Are you sure that she looked like her at all?
From a distance.
From a distance. How about close up? Close up, Charlie. Is there any similarity between this person and the one you rescued? At all? Besides the fact it's a girl.
Look.
Other than that, she got brown hair. And, the eyes. Yeah, it's definitely the eyes. That's what got me fooled.
I'll look at the girl and be like, let me feel your magic again, child. Let me see whether or not I can understand it better for the next time I meet whoever I think I'd be the person that we're looking for.
Landon, upon looking at her after Charlie had said that, go ahead and roll me for your awareness really quick.
Okay. For those of you who don't know, Landon's slowly dying because the power that he has is so fucking strong that it's poisoning him.
Well, I
For
learned
some reason, I don't believe you.
That's 1 7, and then what's the other one? And 4. So we're going with the 7 plus 2 plus 2 is 11.
All right. You don't get much. However, whenever you do look at her after Charlie mentions anything about her, you notice that whenever she turns to you and you look at her in just the right light, there seems to be almost like a golden sheen go across her eyes.
The fuck?
What the fuck does that?
Nobody else saw it.
Well, that could either mean that she is consistently being bound to every single fucking thing that we say, or somebody's looking through her eyes, maybe? Who knows?
It was definitely the eyes, definitely. That's why I thought she was the other girl.
And what did you see in those eyes, Charlie?
Pupils?
Okay, let's try that again.
You are adorably simple, my friend.
It hurts.
No, I see something more. I don't know what it is yet, but I will find out.
Do you see her soul?
I don't think that's the case, Priscilla.
I thought that's what the eyes were the window to.
It might be, but not for this.
Oh,
Well, let's
No,
get
this
going.
seems to be- Yeah, let's go.
Doop, 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 doop.
All right, Charlie.
I'll deal with it.
I swear I need to tie his legs together.
All right. So Charlie's wanting to go off to the mansion that he had mentioned before. As he's gonna go off, who is gonna go with him? I'm gonna say that the people from Fairy Tale are probably gonna stay back, having real and no reason to go there. Dimitri and Sir Lancaster is going to watch Basilisk.
What's Dimitri gonna do? Cry as soon as somebody stops him?
Why you gotta be like that, man?
How far away can I be before telepathy breaks? Maybe he should connect to me before I leave.
You a block away, you'd be out of his range.
Man. Okay. I could have been even more savage, but I'm not gonna be.
Anwin's gonna stay because Anwin has done enough for today.
Yay.
Anwin's probably worked up an appetite again with all that fighting. Probably hungry.
From all that getting hit and not actually like hitting anybody except landing on someone.
Hug Anwin.
Gravity is hard, okay?
Gravity is pretty hard. What about you, Shomer? Are you going with?
I mean, I guess that really depends on everybody else. If
I'm grabbing you. Don't give me that lukewarm shit, Shomer. You're coming with us.
I mean, we're supposed to watch her. It's our job, but if we leave her alone, bad things happen. I don't
She's not alone.
trust NPCs.
She's not alone. She has Anwin and Sir Lancaster and Dimitri and this thing and Arya.
Okay.
You know what all of those have in common?
What?
Being non-player characters.
Yeah,
They're
sucks
not
to suck.
Landon, you're right.
Okay, Shomer.
If I wasn't so
Priscilla,
important that I had to be along this mission, I could have stayed here.
Priscilla's gonna look at Shomaru in the eye, his puppy eyes.
No, you don't have to puppy eye Shomaru. He has no reason not to go.
No,
I don't want to go.
No, she was gonna just look at it and say,
what do you want to do, Shomaru?
I want to help the girl.
Okay. Go.
I just hate leaving NPCs alone because the moment they're alone, stupid shit happens to them.
Away with you.
Every single time with you, Blue.
Away with
Not
you.
really. I mean, you guys have left her alone literally in the past like game or two, and she hasn't died. So.
No, not her specifically. I mean just NPCs. in
So
general.
that's not every single time then.
It's an alarming
What I-
number
what
of
I- what I-
times that I
what I-
don't
That's
trust.
that's all the time. Some
Your
of the time.
face is an alarming number of times.
Shomaru can stay with his other blood brother. Yeah, you go, Shomaru.
No, he said he wants to help. the
Oh,
girl.
he wants to help.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys
All right,
begin to
let's
head
go.
off after Charlie, as Charlie does his best not to just off into the distance.
Oh, he can't fucking close.
As
him
you
again.
guys are making your way through, you end up going to a place just like a block or so away, a very large manor, very normal from the outside. It doesn't really seem to not fit in place from all the other buildings surrounding it. It just seems larger and isn't like split up into separate things. Like it's not like a just a thing full of smaller rooms. It just looks like a big manor, like a big mansion. You've seen a much more impressive one over by Hosenka, the one that you guys had went in when it came to Madam. However, this one seems very impressive as well, inside the city limits, and basically where everybody can see it. As you guys make your way to the front of it, there appears to be several people on the outside who are definitely dressed like they are they're dressed like they are butlers. I don't have a butler image, so we're gonna go with the sexies.
I could give you a Deku Butler PNG if you like.
No, thank you.
That would be close to a butler. That's like a wood butler.
As you guys make your way to these people, and you see that they are there, standing just outside the manor, Charlie walks right past them. It's like,
Okay,
yep.
let's go.
I guess I'll step up. Like,
As Charlie goes right past them, they don't seem to move at all to stop him.
Okay, let's go.
Wilhelm will step past them.
As you go to step past them, the two seem to come forward as they're like, "What is your business?"
We're with him.
Hey, what you doing? Those guys are with me.
Hmm.
This person has complete permission to come and go as he pleases. However, the rest of you do not.
Please?
Yeah, all right then. I'm kidding. No.
All right then.
Hey! What if I go get them, and they can come out, and then we can bring them in, and everything will be fine.
That's up to you, Charlie.
The two look off towards you guys as they are doing so. Wilhelm,
Yes.
they seem to look at you, and as they look to you, they go, "You have someone with you." They look past you. As they do, they seem to look past you to Maki.
Ha.
Yes.
You brought a demon with you. You've come to the right place. They step off to the side. The
They
master
think
will
we're
see
gonna
you.
sacrifice her.
The master will see you all.
Okay.
Yay! Thanks, Maki!
Hey, it worked out. Thanks, Maki.
And nobody ever acknowledged Shomaru as a real demon.
It's weird how they don't look at Shomaru and immediately think demon, but they look at this one and do. Maybe it's because Shomaru is a fucking Aetherius. Anyway,
Well, we'll go in.
Shomaru is a pupper.
Wilhelm, yeah, he was like, "Okay, let's go, Maki, let's go." And he gets past when he gets inside past the butlers, he'll turn to Maki. Do not walk away from me.
Hold hands.
As you guys go forward to pass the people, we'll get another map in just a second. Maki seems to go by perfectly fine. Charlie's already gone by. Priscilla goes by perfectly fine. Shomaru's perfectly fine. Before Quince goes through, the girl from before seems to very much hesitate when it comes to passing by the two people in front of her. She seems to almost like dig her heels in and just kind of stop. Quince, you see that the person in front of you has come to a very dead stop.
Hey, something wrong?
By the way, they're tinier.
Mm.
I can't.
No, we're in the right place.
Why not?
I can't.
You want to win a spread?
I'm gonna reach back there.
What are you gonna do?
Just being kind. If you don't like that, buddy, you can
Wilhelm, what are you gonna do?
fuck yourself. Anyway.
Do I know? Do I notice that?
It's pretty noticeable. She had told you guys that she couldn't do it.
We did. I don't. Okay. Okay.
All right.
Will's gonna go back to the entrance. with her.
Do.
There. All right. So Quince, we're here to help. I'm gonna take him away from the butlers. I'm gonna pull him away from the fucking guards. Come on, let's go. Move back. Let's go.
All right.
Let's go over here. And her. No, in here. And her. You come too. All right, Quince, my friend. I'm gonna trust you with this. She can't go back in there because of a magical contract. So we're at the right place. Remember why we're here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sort of. But yeah, let's keep going. All right, I got you.
Okay. All right, child. I don't know what your name is. You. Can you? We're going to deal with this. Okay? We're going to deal with this. Can you wait for us back at those carriages?
She
Or
looks
can you
off. She looks off toward the manor. She looks to you, Wilhelm. Roll me for your awareness.
I have a number in that.
This is a good number, though.
No.
When is it ever?
You have an okay awareness. You have a 3.
We
That's
both
a
have shit
19.
awareness.
That was a 19. All right, let's see this one. Fucking no. 19. That's unnatural 20. Yay.
You look at her as she seems to, as you ask her that question. She doesn't say anything because, again, you know that she cannot speak about anything that has to do with this that's what's going on. However, as she's looking at you, you can tell just by looking at her. Again, you almost see the same thing that Landon saw, almost like a golden sheen about her eyes. As you look through that, you almost can feel. You can almost feel that it's not a good idea. She does not think it's a good idea for you to go in there without her.
Well, I was gonna nod.
At least that's what she thinks. She seems to be trying her absolute best, but she cannot say anything.
I was like, all right, I see. Quince, pick her up. We're going inside. He's gonna pat him on the shoulder.
Radio. I pick her up.
You go to pick her up. As you do, she is completely, Charlie was able to pick her up. You're able to pick her up. It's fine.
I better. My athletics is a 7.
You go to make your way past with her. As soon as you get to a point where you're like right at the precipice of going past these guys, she seems to start wiggling and thrashing around. Roll me for your athletics. Putting one in?
Yep, putting one in.
You never tell with these things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, don't worry about it. don't worry about rolling the next one.
Alright.
You're you're good. you're good.
Okay.
All right. Inside, Wilhelm will take Marky's hand. All right,
as
let's go.
she seems to be thrashing about and doing her thing, these two don't even seem to really mind or look at her at all as she does this.
I figured.
As that happens, she's thrashing. She's doing her best to try to get out of your hands. As soon as she's past that precipice where those two are standing, she seems to quiet down and she's fine.
Oh, would you look at that? Oh, I'm fairly certain you can put it down now.
As that happens, you go to put her down. As you do, Quince, she starts making her way back out.
Back up. Pick her back up.
I never said I'd put her down.
I'm basically showing you guys this so you don't put her down. So you did for half a second, but then you picked her back up.
Okay.
I'm basically just using this to show you guys don't put her down.
Okay.
And we just can't go anywhere nice.
As this happens, you guys look forward. Charlie and them have already basically had to step inside because the doors had opened for them before. And as they go to step inside, boom.
Like the world's opening up right before my eyes.
Bong.
Fancy.
Charlie, Priscilla, Shomaru, Landon, Maki, you guys had gone in first, and you make your way out into the main door from this place, stepping inside of what appears to be just a fantastically large opening opening room. Upon going in, you were being led by another butler-like person, another person in a kind of butler attire. As they step inside, they look back to you. I will go find whoever it is you need. Do you need my master? He looks over to Landon, over to Priscilla, and then over to Maki. He goes, "Why, of course you need him. My bad. Sorry." As he goes a step away, he's like, "Of course you need my master. You brought the demon. Of course. All right, bye."
I'm about
Oh
to
my fucking god.
I'm about to fight someone, aren't I?
No, it's okay. I'll deal with it.
Cool. Thanks.
You know it, bro.
I'll burn this fucking manor down.
Just because that 5% chance of fuck has been fucking all of my rolls today doesn't mean that will fuck everything else. That was the 5%. The rest of the 95% of this game is going to be great. I'm unkillable.
Before we continue on, there was something about 20 minutes ago that I need to go for. There was a Lonzo, $2 donated. She needs some new clothes. She is a criminal inspiration to Charlie. All right. Got some of that Charlie inspiration. The run inspiration. Perfect. As you guys enter and that person goes off to collect their master, the rest of you go to enter. Wilhelm, you step inside, not hearing what they just said.
He's actually gonna grab Monkey's hand, like, all right, let's get this stuff. Okay, let's get this over with. Where's the reward and the contract person?
And Quince, you step inside while holding this other girl who seems very much just like not laying, but like almost just like limply in your arms, like she's just not fighting back. You have noted that if you set her down, she tries to leave, but she's not trying to do anything while she's in your hands.
Cool.
As this is going on, does anybody want to do anything while they're waiting? You grab Maki's hand. Maki's just kind of looking back at you, and she's just like, they said they were getting the master.
Oh. You the one giving the reward out?
I never met him.
Wait. All right. Anything weird happen while we were gone? There's nothing, no weird magic crap was going on in this place yet?
I don't think so. He's just kind of like sitting there, just like, it's taking way too long.
I mean, you move the speed of light, so everything seems long to you, I'm sure.
Yeah. As after a little bit, the butler person comes back, and upon coming back, he seems to be with a pair of people. Boop.
Man, this guy just oozes fucking dick.
Boop.
If that's the fucking person Charlie confused her with, I'm gonna kill him.
It's not.
Me. Okay, good.
Don't worry.
Can
it's not.
Can I kill him anyway?
As he steps out, he seems to bow forward as the lord of this manor goes forward, looking past the others. He goes, I have been told that there are visitors, mages from Phantom Lord, I assume.
Yes.
There aren't many people walking around in the streets as of late today.
Oh, it's very busy out there.
Excuse my manners. He steps in front of Landon and Wilhelm and the others, mostly in front of the people in the very center. He goes, My name is Lord Winters, owner of this establishment, owner of the Onibus train station. Oh, and this is my daughter, Missile. The girl seems to walk up, and she seems to give off a curtsy. Nice to meet you.
Well, he'll give a bow. Honored to meet you both.
Which one of you were the one who had saved my daughter before? That's me, but I didn't say that one. Where's she at? Holly is a little preoccupied at the moment. However, you do deserve a reward, so I will have something brought to you, just post-haste. Excuse me. He snaps his fingers. As he does, the person off to the side seems to come forward. Of course, sir. From the coffers. No. This man has done a great service for our family. From my personal belongings, please. As you wish, sir. He seems to scuttle off. You didn't have to go through that. I only really came to see Holly. The others thought I could get a pretty nice reward, though. Sorry about that too. I kind of like didn't know it was her, and there was another girl, and I confused her for it. She's right here. He motions back toward the girl in Quince's arms. As he does, Lord Winters looks over toward Quince and then looks back toward the others. I was also told that among you there was a demon.
Willem tightened his grip on Maki. Yes, I'm a bit confused as to why that is, though.
Which of you is it?
Well, just like me.
You?
Though I don't know why that demon thing would matter.
He goes to go past Landon. Landon, do you let him?
I mean, whether I let him or not, he can't do anything. I'm the best.
As he goes past Landon, he goes up to Wilhelm. As he does, do you mind?
That depends entirely on what you intend to do.
I just wish to inspect you. He brings his hand up towards your face. You are a marvelous specimen, if that is the case. I very much admire you, demons.
I'm not a demon. No.
You had just said that you were.
I misunderstood. My friend Maki here is a demon.
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry.
Oh, I appreciate the compliments, but still I'm confused. Why would you want a demon brought to your home?
He looks over to Maki and gives almost a little bit of a frown. I suppose it could still work, but I doubt that it could be of any use.
You are very feg, sir.
You are a very marvelous specimen as well, Miss Maki. Thank you for showing yourself here. I was more hoping that. Looks over at Shomaru. Now you might be of use. Wrong.
Fucking
Except-
blight
except Shomaru.
everything.
Stabs him through a fork and fucking puts him on the grill.
Except
He looks
Shomaru.
over to Shomaru. He's like, another demon. I thought only one had made their way here to my halls.
He is mine.
Well, I mean, I'm a different kind of. I don't.
Covers his muzzle. just like grabs her hand and closes his muzzle.
I'm a portable blight town.
No. Please don't. Young demon. Could I know your name?
I'm Shomaru.
His name is Shomaru. I named him because I found him.
It is a him then. It is a he.
Yes, he found me in a box.
Perhaps you could be of some use then. Unfortunately, a female demon is not something that I can really do anything with. Although he looks to Maki, you are very beautiful. Thank you very much for coming into my halls.
I'm so very confused.
I'm not.
Um,
Where is your preoccupied daughter?
I believe she is in her quarters.
With all the time that we've spent coming over here, I do appreciate your patronage. However, there are some matters we need to discuss. Your daughter would be very useful if she came out and talked to us. If
Oh,
not,
she
we
will
could always
she
go
will
in and talk
definitely
to her.
make her way out. If you would all like to stay for for a little longer, I would like to speak with Shomaru.
Yeah, okay, that sounds fun. I guess I can try and help if it's something I can help with.
Well, it's something you could help with, but I would not nearly ask anything for free. Shomaru, how would you like to become part of my family?
I never had a family
I
before. I guess I
fucking
knew
know what's
besides
going
Priscilla
on.
and
I
everyone else.
think I
here.
know what's going on.
I don't want to think about what's going on.
I think I know what's going on, and if I know,
Well,
if it is what I think it is, we're.
Wilhelm turns to Landon like, what is going on?
He can grow and shrink. He'll be perfect for you.
Oh no. Oh no.
Also, did we
I know
mention
that it's not something you can
basically one of the
immediately.
four horsemen.
I know it's not something you can immediately respond to, Shomaru, but it is something I would like you to think about. I will not ask you to give me your answer tonight, of course.
Oh, okay, yeah, I actually have a very important job I need to help everyone else with right now, but maybe after.
You are
I have
mages.
a
You are mages
question.
of Phantom Lord, correct? I could send word to your guild after you are done with your mission you have here.
I have a question, sir.
Of course, ma'am.
What does it mean to join your family?
That is something I'd like to discuss. The levels of which could be different. I know that, as you say, he belongs to you. I would not want to take him away from you. However, if you would like to as well, if you own this demon, if it is fine with him, you can stay within our halls as well. I would be perfectly fine asking both of you to join with my family.
I'm very much confused and uncomfortable.
But why are you so interested in Shomaru and Maki?
Again, this is something that I believe I would like to speak with Shomaru about, and I guess you as well, if it does concern you. But this is not the time to speak of such matters. Allow me to prepare a sort of meal or something for each of you. One moment, please. I'm sure that my waiter will be back any time now. I'll go see if I can get my daughter to come downstairs. If you don't mind, he looks back over toward his daughter. Missile, could you please preoccupy them for a moment? Talk with them and invite them into our home. If they wish to see anything, be sure to let them see whatever they wish. Of course, Father. I will be back. I will go and collect Holly for you.
Wilhelm's gonna go up to Landon, like up from behind him, and just whisper, "This is really fucked up, right?"
As you go and step up to Landon, Missile steps forward. As she does, well, hello, thank you very much. You there, you are the one who saved my sister, are you not? Yeah, I guess. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. It's no problem. That was just somebody in trouble. I tend to act before I think about things. Apparently, today we got into some trouble, and let's talk more about the whole thing about Shomaru joining your family or whatever. Let's not talk about what I did today. It was illegal.
It's super illegal.
Yeah, maybe. What does it mean to join your family?
My father has been looking for a male demon to join our family for quite a while.
But
Here,
why?
I will let you know in just a moment. Let us go adjourn to the kitchen. We can sit down and we can talk about it.
If I walk in that fucking kitchen and you say to me, "Man, those chairs look comfy," I'm setting the mansion on fire.
Oh, would you like some Soylent Green?
I'm not. I will shift a boulder shot into fire and just incinerate. Fucking inferno. I ain't playing this game with you.
Missile begins to walk off, and like motioning for you guys to follow her. Do you guys want to follow?
Priscilla will follow, but she's holding on to Shomaru.
Of course.
Same. Let's go.
Same. He's also holding on to Shomaru.
One hand on Maki. One hand on Maki. One hand on Shomuru's mouth.
It's that thing of,
I carry all of them.
I am squeezing this dog. No one is getting this dog.
Go.
Shomaru's tail is just wagging.
No demons leave this party today.
You guys make your way into the main part of the halls. Quince, Landon, while the two of you are going and not preoccupied with holding on the demons, you guys notice that the girl who's in your arms seems to be looking off around the room with very saddened eyes.
You're right. They didn't really seem to acknowledge you, did they?
She does not say anything.
This is a very, very weird mansion. I suppose we'll get to the crux of it as we keep going, though. I wish to see this Holly person before I really speak up.
You guys make your way further into the mansion. Upon doing so, you guys will immediately know what this scene is from. However, it was too good not to use.
I won't. Maybe I will. I don't know. That looks upside down.
It's very upside down.
Oh, fan.
Oh. Okay.
Wow.
It was really good. It was really too good not to use.
I can't see any of the characters that are in there except I can.
I totally.
Is
And the
everybody
paintings.
having a good time?
This is artwork from the Sea of Thieves. Thank you, Blue.
Yep, definitely. As you guys make your way inside of their dining room, just hopefully tastefully going over each of the characters that are here.
Yeah, and absolutely not trying to cover up the copyright.
Perfectly fine.
Is there a trademark on this
Perfect.
picture?
Perfect.
Kind of like how we got what's his name's last name from a trademark.
Perfect.
So don't worry about it.
It's so good. No one even notices.
No one even notices all the copyright infringement.
No one even notices all the nothing in here. So
I love 20 pixel tables.
it's great. Couldn't find anything that I liked better. Anyway, so as you guys make your way inside, you guys make your way over toward the tables. There were a couple of people who were in the room immediately as you guys came in. However, upon seeing the girl and the rest of you come in, they bow and then they see themselves out to go and prepare appetizers and drinks and other things for you. As they make their way out, she seems to sit down at the head of the table, and as she does, she motions for you guys to sit as well. Upon looking over towards Shomaru, she gives a bit of a smile. Is there anything you would like? Anything at all?
I don't know. I mean, do you have any demon bones? They're really nice.
Demon bones? Of course we do. No.
I don't like this place.
Demon bones.
Give me a demon bone.
I don't think we do. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
You eat demon bones?
They just taste really good. Maki can make them from herself sometimes. I still have my first one. I take good care of it.
We'll see what we can do in the future. Maybe we can have them in stock for you the next time you come.
Oh yeah.
That
was so happy.
that doesn't. Don't. You know what?
That's if we ever come back.
You know, don't worry about stocking demon bones. Don't worry about it right now. That's future talk. Let's just talk about the now. That just seems fine. How about you can show me a regular bone?
Well, regular bones aren't as good.
You know, it's all about perspective, Shomaru.
What's wrong with my perspective? I mean, I'm pretty cozy right now. I can see everything.
You guys do look out the windows. You can see the entirety of Onibus from the outside. You can see the train station very well from here. None of the trains are working as of right now. Again, you guys know that the entire city's basically on lockdown. But she does kind of motion over to one of the people who had left before, who is bringing back what appears to be a large jug of wine. As he's bringing this back, she goes,
Our finest bones, please. I don't know exactly what makes a fine bone, but please go and get one for our guest.
Of course, madam. As the butler seems to make his way out to go and collect a bone for Shomaru. It'll be simple. We just have to go down into the evil depths of our mansion, to all the innocent lives we snuffed out and stolen their bones just for this moment.
Yes, that'll do.
Why does everyone talk about their basements like that? That sounds normal to me.
No, it's fine. We'll just open up the family crypt.
My basement's just a void. I play a lot of Minecraft.
As the person leaves, she seems to reach out for the container of wine. She pours herself a slight bit of it, and then she goes to have a sip of it. As she sips it, she puts it back down. She doesn't say anything or do anything else upon doing that, but you guys can basically tell that she was showing you that there was nothing wrong with the wine by drinking it.
I'm not drinking that wine.
Just saying that. So that's what she does.
I'll drink a bit of it. I ain't a bitch.
You instantly die. I'm kidding. As you motion over for it, the other butler who had came back makes his way over to you. Upon doing so, he grabs the there's one. He grabs the container, he brings it over to you, and he pours you a small amount as well, Landon.
Thank you.
Of course, sir.
Now, where were we? What were we speaking of? Of course, we were speaking of what you could, of the perks and other things you could see upon joining our family.
I believe.
Yeah, that.
Hmm.
What happens if me and Shomaru did join your family?
Well, you would be allowed into our halls, and we would be sure to give you your own rooms, and you would of course have access to our coffers as well. You wouldn't have need or want of anything.
Okay.
Oh man, that sounds really nice. I don't know what I do with coffers though.
I don't even know what coffers is.
It's a thing. It's where you keep treasure. It's money.
Oh, the sparkly stuff I gave to fairies. Got it.
Yeah.
But then, what do you guys get out of it?
Well, my father wishes for Shomaru to become part of our family, so that he could, well, help us with a little something.
A little
What do you need
something.
help with?
This is a little odd to bring up over the dinner table, but I believe
That's fine. We're not eating.
I believe that you all are short for time. Yes.
That's okay.
No, she's saying that she believes that you're short for time, so she wants to say it. She's not trying to hold back.
Okay.
Yeah,
yeah.
let's go tonight. Let's go.
Mhm.
Well, I believe Father wants you to become my betrothed.
Yeah, I knew.
Ah.
Yeah, okay. I knew. Okay. So
He can become big and small.
Landon, you're not
It's
helping.
literally the best option.
So wait, does this count as bestiality then?
This is the worst line of questions I could actually think of.
What does that mean?
Our
That
family.
don't
You see, our family has a bit of a problem.
clearly.
For fuck's sake.
Sorry, I couldn't help that one. But go on. I need to hear the explanation for this.
At
Yeah.
some point in my late mother's life, she was entranced by a demon.
Mm.
Okay.
That demon, unfortunately, did many things to her that, well, magically could not be removed. As that had happened, eventually she had ran into my father. My father loved her very much, and, well, they had gotten together and had me and my sister.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
However, our family line, unfortunately, seems still tied to that demon. And
Okay.
we wish for... Fucking shut up!
Fucking, you're the best to watch Shomaru, okay?
How about you shut up and let me speak, Squeaky? Anyway. Fucking God, where was I?
The family line is still
Kindly shut
tied
the
to
fuck
that
up,
demon.
Squeaky.
Our family line is still tied to that demon, it seems, unfortunately, and me and my sister, we have, well, poor health. Unfortunately, we're not really able to do much outside of our manor, and We stay mostly with our father and his butlers and, well, many other workers that work with us. My sister recently attempted to try to go to Corcus, but was caught up in a problem yesterday with carriages, and she was speaking of dark mages.
She looks over toward Charlie. Yeah, something like that. He looks across the thing. Wink. He says wink out loud.
Jesus Christ.
It was dark mages. Don't. I'm gonna have to talk. I'm gonna talk to Charlie later.
Unfortunately, it may have been a good thing because it led all of you here. You see, my father wishes the best for us, and he thinks that if another powerful demon were to become our husband, or potentially, if we can't be saved, if a powerful demon were to be with us, then our offspring would not be held to this demon's rule. We are hoping to end this curse put upon us by our late mother.
Oh.
So,
I don't get it. What does she mean?
So Shomer,
Have you considered going to a church?
have you considered that?
Unfortunately, me and my sister were born of this. It's not something we can just get rid of. It's a part of us. We are part demon.
So, what makes you believe that someone like a male demon would free your children from this?
Well, we hope that by having a powerful male demon be the one that provides us with offspring, that demon would be far more powerful than the one that had gotten with my mother.
I'm gonna look at
And
the
as
girl
this
that can't
and as
speak.
this demon here is part of a mage's guild, it has to be powerful, does it not?
Okay, so
Well, yeah,
Wait
I am
a
pretty
minute.
great.
So wait
Can
a
I
minute.
can I look
if
at the
I'm
girl
putting- if
while
I'm-
all this is happening? The girl that can't speak.
Mhm.
Let's see what's going on with her.
She's just being held by Quince and
what's
just
your
kind of like
expression?
So wait.
the same as it always is, sadness.
So wait a minute. Your mom got attacked by a demon. So
She
then
was
if you have
entranced by a
sex
demon.
with Shomaru, it'll get better?
We hope that could be the end of it.
Okay,
No.
so yeah. First of all,
Hey, why not? I mean, I can get a
Shomaru?
pretty strong demon, and I can make
No.
myself really big too.
Shomaru,
I
that's
can
not.
probably fix this.
It's not.
Shomaru, do you even know what sex is?
What's that?
Oh my god.
Exactly. You don't
I
need.
just learned what sex is. I don't think you can do that
It's
with
all
a
right.
person.
I can give him the talk.
No, everyone. Enough. First of all, you know he doesn't change from dog to anything, right?
I mean,
That seems to be a bit of a problem, at least from my standing on this. Secondly,
if that was truly a problem, then I would have mentioned it. But if it's something like that you think is too big of a deal, we could potentially try to change either him or myself with magic.
Okay, we're not doing that now. Okay, so that's not the.
Shomaru starts looking at himself.
I could have arms.
Shomaru, opposable thumbs aren't all they're cracked at the be. So,
But Miss Soul, is that what you really want to do? There's no way Shomaru's your true love.
I think that anyone who could save me from this curse would be my true love.
No.
That's a quitter's talk.
You know, it's not really. We have to convince. You have to tell her father that We gotta tell Lord Winters no because she doesn't. Look, I'm sure this is a flattering offer to someone.
I understand that you all
I mean, I
have...
am pretty flattered. I'm really strong.
I understand that you all have aversions to this and that we cannot make you do anything. I do just want to say that even though it may seem strange to you, it's something that we have talked about and thought about for a while. Just to be rid of this is worth any sort of ridicule that the people can give us. I understand though. We can continue our search. We don't have to do anything with Shomaru here. One thing I will say is that this dog here, as you see it, is a demon. It's not anything weird to have it be with any other people. It's an intelligent creature, is it not?
I like to think I'm pretty smart, yeah.
I never ridiculed your ideals.
It's
That being said,
I was just mentioning it because of the outrage that seemed to come from me saying it. I'm not blind nor deaf, but I understand that this is not his decision alone. And I do acknowledge and respect that.
What do you think, Shomaru?
Well, I think it's really sad for them. They can't go out and stuff. And I mean, if I could help out with that, I'd really like to.
But do you really know what you'd even be doing?
No, not really.
I don't think he's
It's nothing
physical-
that my father, as he mentioned before, wishes for any sort of response today. It's something that we hope that you think about. If you think about it and come to a conclusion later on, then that's perfectly fine as well. I've already been with this curse for all of my life. There's really no reason it can't wait a little bit longer.
what exactly does the curse do again?
Just makes her frail.
We are very frail and weak. There's also the fact that if we ever go anywhere near any sort of amount of holy energy or even water that has been blessed, then we feel much weaker and much more, well, mortal and frail. If we're away from it, honestly, we feel pretty well off, but I think that it's just to do with this place. She motions to the manor. There's a lot of magic around here that helps sustain us.
The next question is, who gave you the information in order to release such a curse?
The information? I believe
How did you
it
draw
was-
the conclusion?
I believe it was a mage that I came by whenever we had asked about it.
Do you know the name of this person? It seems that this might have been something so intricate that not a normal mage should know.
The name of them. She brings her hand up to her chin and starts thinking. It might be something my father or my sister would know. I wasn't really around at the time. I was very ill. But again, it happens a lot. There's no reason for anything.
I'm very curious. Mages who have that amount of power or wisdom generally know other things as well. It could be beneficial on both our ends to know that name.
I don't know their name, but I did see them when they were at my bedside. They had very strange pale skin and long white hair.
Oh. I mean, I probably know who that is, but I don't know if Landon would, because, there's a million people that could have pale skin and long white hair and want me to blow out the door and...
Without any kind of name, that could have been literally anyone on the planet.
My sister or my father might be able to tell you more.
Yeah, they could.
If you would like to wait on them, we could just have our appetizers now. She motions over toward the door where there's there are two people with trays of food in their hands.
How long have they been standing there?
They've been waiting for us to finish our talk. Again, the conversation of what to do or what not to do is not something for the dinner table.
Right.
But
Okay.
how would you have sex with Shomaru?
You know, Priscilla, Shomaru, oh God, what was her name again? Let me look. Missile. You're right. This is not for the dinner table. We'll talk about this later. And all the unfortunate intricacies of it.
I don't know. This doesn't sound very complicated. I mean, I'm really strong.
Shomaru, this isn't. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, but
Later.
Shomaru, what if Destiny brought us together and you're really my true love? I can't just give you to somebody else.
Okay, I'm gonna just.
How will
Okay,
you
I'm
two
gonna.
have sex.
I never thought about that.
You know what?
I'm
I
thinking
think
about all kinds of things today.
You know what?
You
I
should
think I'd
probably
like.
suppress those memories.
No,
really
Wilhelm's like,
hardcore.
all right. I think I'll have some wine now, please. Just have to come down.
Right away,
They
sir.
go to pour the cup, you just
Someone-
take the
Right,
jug.
as the guy from over at Landon's just like, right away, sir. He brings the jug over. He gives you noticeably more than he gave Landon because he can kind of sense that you want it.
Let's be real here.
Thank
Every
you.
single one of these butlers have been high as a kite
Somewhere,
Trying to deal with this family's bullshit.
somewhere very far away, Chester's got a splitting migraine.
So I'm just gonna drink some. Like, okay, thank you.
All right. As you guys go to drink, another person comes in, brings some hors d'oeuvres out to you. You guys see that there are a lot of smaller, just smaller like nibbles, things of that nature, small biscuits and cookies and things of that nature. They place them upon the table, just all around. They bring a large bone over for Shomaru. The person who brings it says that it is a Vulcan femur.
Oh, Vulcan.
It is very large.
I'm pretty open.
Hearing that, Chomaru just like brandishes his collar. I mean, this is made from Vulcan too.
Very good, sir.
Yeah.
You must tell me about it sometime.
Well, it's not a long story. This lady on the street ran over to us and said, "How could you walk around with your dog without a collar on him?" And then she put this collar on me.
Very fascinating, sir.
Oh, gee, you're really nice.
I'm gonna bash my head against the table.
As you guys start going for the hors d'oeuvres, or not start going for the hors d'oeuvres, it is completely up to you. She, however, does take some of the hors d'oeuvres and starts eating them as well. After about 5 to 10 minutes, you do notice that 3 people walk into the room. Stepping inside, you see that there is the lord of the household, Lord Winters, followed by a butler with a chest in his arms, as well as another girl with brown hair. As the 3 of them begin to step inside of here, I would like for Quince and Landon to roll me for their awareness, please.
Okay.
Do I have to roll awareness?
Yes, you do.
No
One
dice this
inspiration.
time.
All my rolls have been shit. 16. Well, now they're not shit anymore.
4. Mine is
Now
just
20.
Well, all right then.
All right, Landon. You look over as these 3 people enter. You notice that the person who is holding the box seems to be struggling slightly, meaning that there is something inside of it. I only gave you that because you nat 20'd. However, you also see that that the other girl seems to very briefly eye towards Quince and the girl inside of his hands before turning forward. No one else in the household has seemed to even as much as look at her so far.
No shit. Well, that's good. I can stand up from the table now and approach the Lord and his alleged daughter.
As the Lord steps forward and the other lady comes with him as well, the first thing that happens is that the Lord seems to clap his hands, as the one who's holding the chest seems to come up behind Charlie. Your reward, sir. Oh, thank you. What is it? Don't tell me. He goes over to the to it and he lifts up the top of the lifts up the top of the chest. As he looks in, he has like a very happy expression, and then when he looks in, his expression turns to a bit of a shock as he's like, you shouldn't have.
What's wrong?
As he looks inside, and he seems to bring it out. You see that he seems to have a set of boots. These boots are very large, very much they're like kind of thigh high looking boots. As he's looking at them like, oh, you shouldn't have.
These boots.
I mean,
were made for
Dad,
walking.
you really shouldn't have.
As he's
Thank
like,
you.
these are really nice. I love them.
Thanks, I hate them.
They look. They look. What are those?
As the Lord looks to him, those belong to my late wife. Oh, thank you.
That's extremely.
They are a very powerful magical item. I believe if you wish to get them in your size, however, you will have to have someone change the way they look or feel. Any sort of mage of their worth who goes through things like that will be able to do it for you. At a certain price, of course, which is also why he motions to the chest again as the butler seems to reach in and pulls out a rather large bag of jewel as well and hands over to him. Oh, okay, yeah, that's good.
All right, we'll get those boots refit.
I want to wear the boots as gloves.
So if you don't mind me asking, what do the boots do?
Well, from what I saw of him yesterday, you are quite fast, sir. The boots here should help you with any other problems you have. I noticed that whenever you had tried to save me, you were looking pretty beat up, and whenever you fell out of that tree when you left, I couldn't help but notice that you stayed on the ground for at least, I think, around 5 minutes holding on to them. You were whimpering and you wouldn't let anybody come near you. That is fake news.
Holy fuck, dude.
Fake news, god damn it. Who taught you this language?
As she looks at him with a smile. They have a bit of a healing property imbued in them. Healing?
Well, more they help with your natural healing. But it should help you out a lot with any more problems you may have in the future.
I don't know what to say. This is... You sure you want me to have something like this, sir? I don't want to take away anything that used to belong to the one you loved. It's perfectly fine. I don't do any sort of mage work or anything that requires myself to be protected in such ways. I believe that my wife would have loved for someone who had saved her precious daughter to have them. Oh, thank you.
If that's her real name.
Thank you very much. He gives a smile and he looks to the shoes and he's like, if I could fit them on me right now, I would wear them to show you that I could wear them. However, I believe that my feet are at least twice the size of these right now. It is no problem.
So,
as that is taken care of, the Lord looks back to all of you. Now, I know that she was a little bit preoccupied earlier, but here is my other daughter, Hollian.
Well, how do you do, members of Mages of Phantom Lord? Charlie has told me a lot about you.
Is that right?
I'm sure only positive things.
I believe that from the descriptions he gave me, it's pretty easy to assume that...
Points to each of you. As she points to Landon, she goes, Landon. Points to Quince. Quince. Points to Priscilla. Priscilla. Points to Wilhelm. Wilhelm. Points to Shomaru.
I believe you are the guildmaster, correct?
That is not what I said! She starts laughing.
No, you must be Shomaru.
Yeah, I'm Shomaru. It's nice to meet you.
Very perceptive.
He was very flattering with your descriptions.
Hey, I had to talk about something.
You missed one of our other members of Phantom Lord, though.
Oh, of course. I'm very sorry.
She looks past you over toward Maki. As she does, she goes,
I don't believe that he talked much about you.
No.
But surely she should have talked about the person that's currently accompanied by my friend Shoulder.
Your friend Shoulder? Oh, of course.
She looks straight over toward Quince.
The bunny, Yig.
Holy fuck.
No, the person he's holding over his shoulder. Not the bunny. Silly.
My bunny.
It's very
Well,
fluffy
it is
bunny
only
though.
fair, now that you have stated our names there without my giving, that I must shake your hand. You've done a very good job discerning all of our identities.
Well, didn't actually say anything.
As she looks over to you.
I have been told that you are very competitional. Are you sure you wish to shake my hand? Be sure to be gentle with me, please.
I have heard about your condition. I will not bite.
She makes her way over to you and she extends her hand.
Okay, let's shake that hand.
Go ahead.
Okay. Do I see anything in her eyes? Do I
As you-
feel anything in her veins?
As you look to her eyes, you kind of get the same feeling you did from the other girl. A kind of golden shine very briefly comes around them. However, as you go to touch her and shake her hand, are you doing what I think you're doing?
I mean, if I zeal shot her, whatever protective magic's saving for killing her is probably gonna kill her. And then I'll be the one to kill her.
I'm just asking.
I'll do it. Yeah, I gotta figure this out.
As you attempt to put your magic inside of her through shaking your hand, you notice that for her you are not able to.
Interesting.
As you attempt to do so, you notice that a smile goes across her lips. As she does, you do have quite the grip, sir.
My apologies. Though I very much thank you.
She gives you a nod and then goes to stand with her sister and her father. As she does, Lord Winters looks around everyone. I suppose that we can wait until all of the appetizers have been cleared, but
Oh, I've already talked to them about it, Father.
you have. And how did they?
They took it rather well for the first time hearing.
Wonderful, wonderful. Again, we do not wish to rush any sort of decision. All of you are welcome in our halls as long as you would like.
Well, that's mighty
That's a
kind.
very generous proposition.
I know that you're going to be leaving us very soon with your very important mission you're going to be going on. But once you are done with that, feel free to stop by, or if you do intend to go home, I will send word to your guild and see if there's any other times that we could meet or talk about the subject at hand. My daughters, of course, will be very much wanting to know your answers.
What's his name again? Lord Winter or something?
Lord Winters. Yeah.
Okay. Got that right. Well, Lord
And then
Winters,
there's Holly Winters and Missile Winters.
I
So
get it.
clever.
I fucking get it. I've known it for a
Freaking
very long time.
is
Just
his
shut
name
up.
Santa?
No, that's the person who can't say her name.
I so subtle. I love it.
Well, Mr. Winters, we have humored your request. We have also saved your daughter. And we appreciate the gifts that you'd offered us. But there is another gift you could offer to us.
What is that, sir?
Information of two conditions. One, the condition of the person who left you the information regarding the situation you're currently in.
And the other?
Something that we've been leaving out of the room since we've walked in.
Leaving out of the room? Is there more people outside waiting for you? If that's the case, then feel free to allow them inside.
Oh, I'm sure they'd love to be.
But first,
The white hair, the pale skin. I've met across one person who has those details, but there are many who could.
You speak of the two who came and told us of our condition.
two.
Second one. Okay.
There were two?
Well, yes. Again, I don't know how much she has told you, but there was a time several years ago when we were still under the effects of this curse. Well, my daughters were. I cannot imagine the unfortunate circumstances they're going through. However, as one of my daughters, Missile here, was bedridden, a group of strangers had approached, offering help in this situation. They said if they hadn't came in, then my daughter unfortunately would have, well, perished. I'm not exactly sure what they were talking of. I don't know if they meant perished as in deceased or anything else, but it did not seem to be the case when they were speaking. But they seemed to have saved my daughter. The two of them, very strange men. both of them with long hair, one of white and one of black, almost showing themselves to be polar opposites. One of them with large flowing wings as well, but that man was not very talkative. The other one, he did give me his name. His name was Void.
Do we know the name of the person that we met?
Yeah, his name was Mr. Void.
Yeah,
Okay,
we
yeah,
met.
okay, just
Very
making sure.
Nice. Oh wait, no, I instinctually felt uncomfortable around him. Yeah, I remember that name.
Fuck that guy. I'm kidding.
I
What a
didn't feel
fucking-
safe.
Fuck that nerd.
I suppose that person does have more than he lets on then.
They had told me that the only way to truly free my daughters from the curse that ails them is to have another demon show themselves to this effect that it has left behind, a demon far more powerful than it. And that's why I've been looking for a male demon suitable for my daughters ever since.
Do you know what kind of demon it was?
My late wife did not mention too much about him, unfortunately, before she passed on, her herself succumbing to this unfortunate, well, he looks over toward the two of them, unfortunate thing that is happening to my daughters, this curse of theirs. But from what she did tell me, it was a rather strong, rather large beast of a man.
Beast of a man.
He
and then they
seemed
locked
to,
him inside of a box, and nobody heard of him for years.
he seemed to, well, invite destruction wherever he walked. The only thing I remember of him truly that she would speak of was the burns.
Burns?
She believed that this creature would leave burns all over her after they would be intimate with each other.
What the fuck?
These burns would take forever to heal. They were very, very strange. She had one scar remaining on her from them. Something that I wished beyond anything to get rid of. And eventually was able to, luckily, before the end of her life. And she was very happy to have that happen. She
Those
did not
burns.
wish to be branded by that creature.
What did the brand look like?
It seemed to be just the shape of a normal hand. Again, just looking as if he just grabbed or attacked her.
How'd you get rid of it anyway?
I was able to use some contacts of mine to finally get the aid of the Holy Church. They were able to remove it, although it was quite painful for her. It was something that, unfortunately, to this very day I have nightmares about. I believe that, if anything, getting rid of that mark would have did nothing but expedite her death. She did not last much longer after that.
So you're saying that burn ended up lasting for a very long portion of her time until removed by another powerful magic. Would you say akinly similar to what myth would call it, a fire sprite tier?
A fire sprite here? I don't believe so. I believe that if it was anything, it was demonic in nature.
I would like.
I don't
roll
know
for a
anything
legend.
about. I don't know anything about these fire sprite tiers. You want to roll for what?
I would like to know for Legends of Fire Demons.
Go ahead and give me a knowledge roll.
I'm for 3.
Did she also fuck a dog?
I mean, this is a very important question. They're
This is
unusually
actually
okay with
no.
this.
This is actually an important question. There were hellhounds chasing me when I was a weakling. Literally on fire dogs.
Go ahead and roll your dice.
I put 3 inspiration to this.
I see it.
So knowledge. What's my knowledge even?
You have a really good knowledge.
4 knowledge. Let's see, that's 16. Okay, that's 19.
Last roll.
15. So 24, 23.
Okay.
I can math.
As far as any notable fire demons, the list can go on and on as far as that's concerned. It could literally be anything. There's always there's always a myth about some demon who ravaged the land with flames or something that would do something similar. However, the effect in general that he seems to be speaking of seems to be something that is a very common knowledge to those outside of Fiore, especially around the deserts of Bosco. A type of flame used by demonic entities and by mages corrupted by those, called fiend fire.
Had your wife traveled anywhere like outside of Fiore before you'd met?
My wife was very much a traveler of sorts, but I don't know if she'd ever left the country. Potentially before she got with me, but she had never mentioned anything of the sort.
Fiend fire. That's the only thing I can think of, but it's usually outside Fiore. Various demons, corrupted mages, the like. Very dangerous fire. Maybe something like that, but it's unfortunate that fire is the most common kind of demon.
You unfortunately know, Wilhelm, that that something that burns really deep, with something like fiend fire, could potentially be a wound that would never heal. Not only that, the wound might not ever heal, and it might also constantly hurt. The pain may never go away. You can say that information to him if you want to.
That's
but
probably not a good idea to say, but that's up to you, buddy.
there have been legends that people who have had that happen to them have said that they constantly feel that. It is something that they get used to, but it is basically for the remainder of their life. As long as they have that scar, they feel the burn of those flames.
All I'm hearing is that she got demonade. That's all I'm hearing.
Okay. So he'll word this right. Did your wife ever complain about any rate, like, what's the word I'm looking for actually? Any pain that kept going before after the scar faded away? Scars, little wisps of that.
He looks to you. Any pains or scars?
After being healed of them.
She was very adamant about one thing. She seemed to not like this house. She seemed to always spend a lot of her time, and I would join her, of course, at our summer home off on the outskirts of Magnolia, off toward the beach. It's toward the northern edge of Fiore. It's not really useful for any sort of swimming or the like. It gets rather cold up there, but it is something that she would normally go to, and she said that it made her feel a lot more at ease.
There's some fucky shit in this house.
Or either you,
or the
or
fact that you
yourself.
would hear that and be like, "Oh, she's trying to combat being hot by having cold."
Yeah, well, I don't trust fancy mansions.
I mean, you already know that this mansion's apparently full of a bunch of fucking magic, according to the daughter.
Yeah, this place might fuck with that. I don't know.
I'm aware that this house is full of magic, but do either yourself or your wife ever have any magical connections?
My wife was a mage. She was a very powerful mage, apparently, in her youth. After her encounter, she did not really pursue that as a career. But I myself am not very much a mage of any sort. I do have magic, as most people in the world, but I've never been trained or anything as all of you. I believe even my daughters here are far stronger than me as far as magic is concerned. But I believe that to also be a bit of a added bonus to their their being.
I see. Then out of everyone in this room, that is very peculiar.
Mm.
Who did? I've been all over the place on this. But I suppose you've been dodging a few subjects, and I've been dodging a few subjects, so maybe I should just skip straight to what I was trying to say.
I'm really sorry, sir. I don't understand what you mean.
Who made the contract?
Contract?
Mm-hmm.
What is it you speak of?
Hey, Deco.
Mm-hmm.
I've been waiting for a good moment, but it kept going. I wanted to look with my special eye.
Where are you wanting to look?
I wanted to look at the daughters and squint with my special eyes.
Gonna squint at them?
Mm.
Gonna do them a squint?
I'm gonna squint with my eyes.
All right then. Why don't you go ahead and for each of them that'll be 2 CP. But that'll be Go ahead and roll me a ceiling or intelligence. You can do either one because you're out of combat.
And okay, so for each one I have to look at them individually. Got it.
Yes.
To know.
Because you're basically concentrating on them, trying to figure out something from one person, so doing it twice, basically.
Yeah, I gotcha. Alright, for first girl.
Which one are you rolling?
The pine girl, the one who was
yeah,
talking
I was asking if you were doing ceiling or intelligence.
Oh, ceiling. Okay. Ceiling because it's the one that actually has a stat in it.
Gotcha.
14.
Okay. Which one are you looking at?
Pine cone. Or the one who...
Pine cone?
Pine cone?
What the fuck?
Fucking, what's her name? Missile.
Pine cone. I want to know about pine cone. Tell me.
I want to know about pine cone.
Tell me everything you know. I'm just the butler.
You look at Missile, and from what you can tell with your special eyes, she does seem to have some bit of curse power inside of her that, demons would have, like you and Maki. As far as magic is concerned, she seems to have magic power, but she doesn't really seem to have any sort of specific magic power. That's all you get with a 14.
Then I'll look at the other one.
Go ahead. As you look at the other girl, you look and you see that she also has a bit of curse power, just as they have keep saying. She seems to have considerably more than her sister. But other than that, you can't tell what kind of magic she uses or anything like that. Anyway, Landon, you were saying?
The contract. I'd like to know more about it. In fact, it's probably the reason why I refused to bring it up until you arrived, Miss Holly.
What contract are you speaking of?
There seems to be some sort of contract barring the person that's currently hung over my friend's shoulder here.
He looks at Quince. You have mentioned before about the rabbit, I believe?
Not quite. Try higher up the shoulder.
He seems to look over toward Quince. As he does.
What?
Sir, I don't seem to understand what you mean.
Wilhelm's gonna...
Very interesting. I'm gonna walk over to the Winters person. Keep staring at them for a moment.
You're walking over to Lord Winters?
I will place my shoulder on for you briefly. This may give you the opportunity to see into what I'm trying to explain. If not, then perhaps this is all just a farce.
You make your way back behind him. As you do, the butlers seem to start themselves as they start moving over toward. However, Lord Winters raises his hand, like, no. I trust this man. We need to have trust if we all wish to have what we want.
I break his neck.
And it looks like I trusted wrong.
If we all want to ask them for help, we have to at least trust them. As he stands there, just tell me what I should do.
Continue to look at his shoulder. Is it his left or right shoulder? Quince, is it your left or your right shoulder?
It's over here. Just fucking do it.
It's your shoulder.
It's the
It's my
shoulder,
right
shoulder.
Yes, it's the double shoulder.
I'm gonna zeal shot this guy too. And I'm gonna see if I can dispel whatever magic might be stopping him from seeing this lady.
Again, that's not entirely what your magic does.
No, but if it even briefly disrupts whatever could be seen.
Understood. As you attempt to put your zeal energy inside of him, you note that it's very easy to do that for him. He doesn't seem to have a lot of barriers or anything like that set up. He seems to, again, like what you have said, he's either very much weakening himself or like opening himself to you, or he doesn't have a lot of magical power.
True.
As you decide to do this, you see that he is staring off toward Quince, and he just does not seem to have much else going for him. As he goes, oh, is there anything else I should be doing?
So the girl who is with us cannot be seen by you. Interesting.
What kind of girl do you have with you?
Brown hair,
One that
brown
looks
eyes.
very similar to your daughter.
He looks over toward Holly. First, he looks over toward Missile, like, no, not me. I'm kidding.
Nah, bitch. I'm one of a kind.
He looks to his daughters, and then he looks over toward Holly. By the way, while you've been doing this, Holly has just kind of sat down and has been sipping on some wine.
I am very aware that you noticed her, girl.
Holly? She seems to look over toward Charlie and over toward the rest of you.
I don't entirely know what you speak of. However, I do want to ask one question of you.
What can I do for you?
When exactly do you need to be leaving?
Quite soon. How soon is quite soon?
You know that you guys were wanting to be leaving around sunset.
Gotcha.
What? How much time approximately is sunset?
Now.
Approximately, you don't know. However, you do know that it's getting later in the day.
Now, I do not know what type of relations this girl has with this family or this mansion, but I do know there is a contract. Whether that contract stay or be broken, if we are afraid of them or not, I am assurant that I can handle anything that happens in this room. And I can say for certain that anything that does happen will not go by me.
She sips onto her wine.
The contract the girl is put under makes her impossible to speak of anything about the contract, nor even possible to walk into this manor. We had to forcibly pick her up and bring her here. So there is especially obvious a connection.
Now, we are either all pretending we cannot see them, or two, can't see them, and one does not want to mention it.
Or one cannot mention it.
Sip, sip.
Which is also true.
Which begs the question.
Oh, it would be very interesting if we were to sign a contract where both were barred from this situation.
Unless there's a third party in which both have signed the same contract. But why can that second hypothetical person be seen and heard, but not the first one? If that were the case.
Magic would deduce that there's more to go with this situation, but I've tried a few different things. It's very perplexing.
What is it that you think is wrong with this mystery woman of yours?
They seem incredibly hurt about this situation. Whether or not they are a criminal or merely a person of an unfortunate problem is yet to be seen, but figuring out this contract would also give me information regarding that. And depending on the answer to that situation, I would act accordingly. It's very simple.
Well, this is getting rather amusing. I do think...
As she's saying this and being all very, very coy and weird about it, Charlie just kind of looks over at her like, hey! Hey! Could you not... Huh? Could you not? For me, I mean, I saved you. Could you not? Landon, he'll win.
It's true.
I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what you're doing, but he'll win.
Thank you very much, Charlie. That's very nice of you.
She looks at him. She looks back at you. I'm gonna have Charlie roll for diplomacy.
Oh God. Come on.
You know what? You know what? I'm gonna use one of his run inspirations too.
You know what, Charlie?
How many does he
I
have?
might just
He has
not
3.
break all of your toes.
That's how
today.
you know he's really committed to this.
May I request you use 2 if I give up 1?
I mean, his first roll is a 15, so probably not.
That's pretty good.
Okay. That's pretty good.
And Charlie on his diplomacy. That's all together an 18.
It's not bad.
As she looks at him, he looks at her. He's just like, I saved you, and all this is going on, and you guys are doing some weird thing, and literally nobody is buying anything because you're talking and he's talking, and I don't know. Come on. She looks to him. She looks back to Landon. She gives a bit of a sigh. I wish to extend this a little further because we get so bored here. However, if my savior wishes me to say something, I will. She looks back to Landon. The one you brought here is under the power of a powerful geist, yes?
That would seem to be the case.
Unfortunately, it is not for me to say who or what they are, then. If the terms of the contract aren't entirely known, me saying or doing anything would be potentially hazardous to them or to those around them. However, I will say, father, sister, there is somebody here who is very close to both of us. Or to all of us. Both of us. Not you, sister. No, they didn't like you. Get away.
The other sister's actually a fake, and this one's the real. The real missile.
There is someone here who is rather close to all of us. Although, for one reason or another, it seems as if I'm the only one who can see them. Who is it? Did you not listen to me, Father? I should not say.
If you don't know, if you can't tell us what the contract is or exactly the identity of the Geist, where are they?
If this person is under what you seem to think is a magical Geist, and from what I can see, definitely is, and from what I know, there is but one way for you to figure out the true meaning of the contract. Mm-hmm. At which point, you could either get rid of it, once you find out who did it and for what reason, or you could attempt to force your way through it. And there's always the fact of, she had to have been gaining something from this, right? If that thing were to be gone, then I'm sure that this small little spell would completely disappear. Those are your 3 options, but unfortunately, as of right now, I have no idea how you can learn the topic that we know without one of us saying something.
I have seen some clues as well as noticed some things as to why I had to point you out of everyone in this room. You have a look in your eyes, see? Something I noticed and distinguished between you two.
I have never before praised my heritage. However, it is because of that creature that I am immune to such things.
Immune?
My father and sister would not be able to see her even if they tried. I am immune to such deception.
Is it because you have a lot more demon in you?
Who's to say?
It has to be it.
That would also be the reason why we could see her. And why the rune mages probably could. Anti-magic would fit for something. And our symbols make it very hard to deceive us. You could say that we're all very lucky, actually.
You also know that both the leader of the theater and the night captain also saw her.
They're just stupid.
It could just be a family thing.
It could also be a family thing.
I'm kind of curious.
And also because I actually don't know if anyone's asked.
So does anyone ever know what happened to the demon after it was done having a lot of sex with your mom?
Okay, there's ways to word things, Priscilla.
How?
But it is the most
With tact.
Tax?
With tact.
We don't need
Why would I need tax?
More wine, please.
If you're wondering what happened to that demon is not a problem any longer. What it left behind is still troublesome, but its own life has been forfeit many, many years ago. Probably before some of you were even born.
What did it leave behind?
Motions to his daughters.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
just
was...
that. Okay. I was wondering if there was something else. I'm
So-
sorry.
So who killed the demon?
Making sure on my thing before I say anything.
At least this is
A
what
noble-
I got.
Mhm.
No, I was like, at least that's what I got from connecting 1 + 1.
A noble man from the kingdom. Whenever we had put out put out a search for this demon before I became betrothed to my wife, we had wanted to exterminate it once and for all. The man in the capital, he was the one that was finally able to put him down.
What was his name?
I do not know his name. However, I do know the look of the man. I will never forget it for as long as I live. It was a young man with bright whites in his hair. However, by now he should be as old as I.
What guild was he a part of, if any?
Guild mage, I believe he was, yes. Potentially a part of, I think, maybe Fairy Tale?
Of course.
I don't know. But I believe that is where the initial request was from.
We have some friends from Fairy Tale with us for our mission here. We'll check with them. See if we can't figure more out. But
again, he should be around my age now.
how old is Grimoire?
Uh,
Okay. He's got the hood on all the time. I suppose no one would know. I guess I wouldn't know. I never tried looking.
Wait. When I was talking to him, didn't you say he'd been doing this since, like, Priscilla was little?
Yee.
I mean, Grimoire's pretty old. He's been doing this stuff like this since Priscilla was a baby. If he's not him, maybe he would know about it.
Uh-huh.
We'll look into that.
With that in mind, how much time do we have left, you guys?
Wilhelm looks outside. Not much.
It's getting late in the day. You guys should be heading back very soon.
Not much at all, unfortunately.
Wait. I want to try something.
What?
Grimoire!
Why would it... What?
Nico, I want to try talking to him in my head. If I can.
Again, you can attempt to do that. You don't have to say Grimoire out loud. But you can attempt to do that. You do know that if you ask him a question, such as something like this, that will probably be your one question. as I have basically said to everybody else.
Yeah, it's really hard to just pick the one.
If it's something that is potentially interesting to him, maybe he'll give you more information about stuff in the future, and you'll still have this connection. But if you were to ask him a question about something like this, it would probably be your Vizier question. Which,
Okay, so
honestly,
basically-
nobody's used their Vizier question yet, so...
That is true.
That's true.
I
don't
know if I. Hey,
Well,
Bones.
basically
how the
asking
fuck do
anything
I
about
break
this
a
is a big
contract?
question.
Hmm?
Basically asking him anything about this is a big question.
Depending on how you phrase it, and depending on how well I want to give something to you, it'll probably end up being a question. If I'm just knowing myself and knowing that Grimoire has no interest in this subject whatsoever, it will be your question. Grimoire, even if he were to be something involved in this, he will give you the answer to the best of his ability, which I will tell you right now will be probably the answer you're looking for, but it will be your Vizier question because he has no interest in this subject.
That, and you could always ask him once you actually get to him, unless that counts as a Vizier
You could always,
question.
you could always just go and ask him stuff, like, again.
Okay. I care enough about this to ask him.
You do?
No, I'm saying I'm wondering, do I care enough about this to ask him?
It's something that you know that he's in the same city as you. I would say this is a waste of your Vizier question.
Okay.
Well, figure it out.
When you could just, like, walk outside and go find him.
Sorry, when you phrased it to me after game, I thought that talking to him using this would it depended on the question.
It does, and again, I don't want this to just be something that you guys can just be like, hey, give me multiple questions, you know? Like, the Vizier card specifically said you will ask it a question, and it will give you the answer to the best of its ability.
Mm-hmm.
So most of the other times it's been stuff about like, oh hey, what about fucking this fucking magic and these crystals and stuff from like the bitch over here. And the bitch over here is like, fucking fuck you, I hate you, Wilhelm, but it has stuff that is concerning me because I'm a fucking weird ass crystal thing.
I don't understand what it is, but I need to know more. I get a question.
Okay.
But again, even Wilhelm at this point, if Wilhelm wanted to, he could be like, hey, yo, fucking answer this question for me. And I would pretty much give him basically the same answers I would give you. Anybody with a Vizier right now can do this. They will answer to the best of their ability.
I'm saving my question until I can think of a really good question about Titan.
That's basically what I would suggest doing. I would suggest waiting.
I don't care enough about this subject currently.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Shomer is interested, but not enough to be like, hey... Grimoire, tell
Shomer,
me
Shomer, how come you're not interested whenever we're talking about your future wives here?
Shomer doesn't even really understand what that means yet. Somebody should really actually explain that to
your
him.
2 future wives.
We'll explain what dog fucking is later, alright? Let's just move on.
Shomaru is just a pupper. He has to be a doggo in order to sort
He's
of
older
grasp
than
the
probably
concept.
all of you.
100% he is.
How old he is.
100% he's older than everybody in this table. Anyway.
But no, never mind. Recant that. It's
Mm-hmm.
if using the connection, I can't like casually ask for smaller insight. Then it's not enough for me to.
Basically, the smaller things are more like if there's anything like let's say you're needing something that pertains to like a certain magic that he might be interested in, maybe even something that pertains to Priscilla, since he's the one that did everything for Priscilla and said that he has basically all that information available to him. Anything that would be something that concerns him or is of his interest, he would have a chance to just tell you for free. And even that are dice rolls, as we've already shown with the freaking ice crystal lady.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anywho.
Back to as you were. Shomer's ideas are gone.
You guys were talking about leaving.
If there's anything else that you guys would like to talk about, we probably should. Girl whose name we don't know. Do you wish to come with us until we resolve this issue? What do you plan on doing once we leave this place? Or I suppose right now you might not be able to speak.
She looks at you guys. I don't know where you're going.
We're
That's-
actually supposed to know either, to be honest.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't talk about it. We might get people in trouble or put them in trouble if they know.
So, what are we supposed to do with her then?
The real question is, are we coming back here once we've finished our quest?
I don't know, maybe. I mean, I can always go whatever they said.
Hmm.
I think you and me have to have a talk before we come back here, Shomaru.
Yeah, and there's other things I need to do. I need to do a thing for Grimoire too, and that's very important to me.
There
And
seems to
Charlie
be
has to help
several.
me.
There seems to be several things going on at once, and I do hope that everything isn't lost in everything that had happened tonight. I want you all to think about what my daughter has told you, and we will all think about what's going on here with this mystery woman that is apparently in front of me. As far as things are concerned, I could open my doors and this person could stay here if they would like. However,
They physically can't stand in this mansion because of their contract. But we'll deal with it when we're away from here. We don't.
I own several properties in the area. If you would like, I could. If you would like, I could set this person up somewhere in the area.
That might very well be a good idea then.
You think that'll work?
It's no
If she
harm
has
in trying.
permission, she won't get arrested again.
Yeah.
I suppose that means you'll have to go under a name for now, girl. I'm not sure if you'd like to give yourself one, or if you'd like one of us to give it for you. Something has to be on that property.
I mean, nothing has to. He's literally saying I can just put her in one of my places.
Oh, I see.
He's-
Wait,
he's-
no, never mind then.
He's just like I own places around here. There doesn't have to be paperwork and shit. Just push. There you go. Sit in that house for a bit.
I suppose you should just leave the keys in a location that you can audibly say out loud so that they may be able to use them.
Yep.
I could just give you the keys.
Fair. I'm gonna have a party at your place and get real drunk. That's
No.
my real quest.
No. Believe me, this is definitely something that I'm perfectly capable of doing, and if there's any way that I can aid you all, I'm perfectly fine to do so. I just hope that at some point you come back and give us your answers. He motions over to one of the butlers. Please go and collect one of the smaller rooms outside of the. Do you mind being near the theater?
You know, so long as it isn't in the theater, I think they may be able to be perfectly happy with that.
Is there a problem with being in the theater? What was that?
They seem to have been stuck in there for quite some time after not being able to return.
Oh, perhaps maybe somewhere near the edge of town.
That might be the thing.
Now they may appreciate that even more.
He motions over to one of the butlers as he bows and takes his leave. As he does this, eventually the butler will return. He has a set of keys and what appears to be a small satchel of money as he hands it off to Landon. Please give both of these items to our mystery woman. It should be good enough for her to live for the next couple of days while she awaits your return. There should be enough money there for food for at least a week or so. If it's someone who is connected to me, this is no problem at all.
Well, all right then.
He looks at
I
each of you.
suppose that's everything that we can do with the time that we have then, guys. Is there anything else you'd like to ask him?
Not in particular. I think we've gotten all that we can from here.
I still don't understand what all this sex stuff is.
Okay, that's for when on the ride out of town.
Let's at least promise this then. We can't say whether or not Shomaru will be a part of what you're looking for, but we could always scout someone for you. We are Phantom Lord after all. Anybody who sends some sort of contract to us, we more than likely fill out.
Well,
so long as it doesn't pertain to some sort of contract that's going wrong like this girl here.
I'll make sure to think really hard about it. I'm not very good at this thinking thing. I mean, I do want to help, but I don't really know how to help. And I mean, like you're telling me stuff, I don't exactly know what it means.
He's so innocent.
Whoa.
Just like Charlie. Charlie's an innocent boy.
Charlie knows all about sex. The fuck you talking about?
Yeah, Charlie
Yo,
told
if
me
there's
about
one
sex.
fucking smart thing he's ever said in its life, he's said that Landon will win.
I don't know what you're doing, but he'll win. I don't know what you guys are competing with, but he'll win.
He's like Batman, except way stronger.
As you guys look outside, you notice that the sun is slowly going over the horizon of the far off buildings at the moment. It is literally no more time left.
Yep, we need to go. We need to find all our dead friends on the ground and the Bass-Glass girl missing. I'm saying Bass-Glass specifically to try and trigger somebody.
Guess it didn't work. All right, so you guys all make your way up and out toward the front of the manor. As you do, the people inside all line up, and as they all look off towards you guys, they give a slight bow. Everyone except for Lord Winters. As this goes on, Lord Winters talks to you all. You are perfectly fine to remain in these halls for as long as any of you would like. Please think of my offer and think of that we can offer you in return. We really would be more than grateful for anything that could happen here. Anything you would like to
Can I
try.
take the bone?
You can take the giant fucking femur, yeah.
Yeah. Homer just has it in his mouth and he looks so pleased.
It is you
Wonderful.
cannot.
Wait, no.
It is a
I'll
Vulcan
take it
feat. You
for him.
cannot.
I can carry that bitch with one hand.
Yeah, you can carry it. He cannot have his tiny pupper mouth all the way around it, unfortunately.
You tell me which part you slobbered on, and I'm gonna fucking not touch that part.
I can't grip it well enough to drag.
It is
Your head's
huge.
gonna be like slopped on the ground.
It's
Like
like
a
a-
fucking neck.
Aren't
Vulcans are like
Vulcans-
3 times the size of a grown man.
I'm gonna use it as a walking stick.
As you
Use it as
guys all get your ways out to the side. Again, this is a very interesting household. You know, whatever, man. I mean, hey, at least you guys weren't like murdered or something. It's not like every noble house you guys go into has to get fucking murdered. By the way, they all pull out guns and start just unloading.
I
Well,
can't
you know
die,
what? It's
guns.
better.
Oh man, I never knew Godfather was real.
Silly humans.
Silly.
Silly humans. But as you guys all start making your way off toward the side, he explains all that I had already said to you. Upon you guys going to leave, you guys all
Wait,
start to make your
before
way.
we leave,
What are you doing?
because
do
I have
you-
the key and the money, I am going to give the girl the key and the money and see if she can hold it. If she can't hold the key, then that's a problem.
She takes it.
Good. I just want to make sure.
No, it's fine. Again, you guys need to leave though. You guys have spent way
know.
too much time in here.
But you gotta agree that logic was sound.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can
Go.
I can see where it came from. As all of you guys are going to leave, all of you having your own thoughts and ideas of what just happened with you. Charlie has his boots in his hands, and his large sack of money that he had gotten to change said boots. You hand off the stuff off to the girl who is basically been let down at this point because hey, you guys know that you're leaving, so she's like, well, I'ma leave. She goes to leave while you gave her the stuff because she couldn't hold everything in her hands while Quince had her. Maki and Wilhelm, you guys are going out. Wilhelm, even though things have gone the way they have, it's still, you know, slightly strange to go through an encounter about demons and having it not have anything to do with Maki.
This is weird, but I'm kind of happy.
I'm kind of okay with this. And Priscilla, you go out holding Shomaru, not really understanding and liking all of the extent that you guys had talked about him being with those other girls.
Mm-hmm.
As Quince, you're going to leave. Hollian, makes her way up to you. You feel a bit of a tug on the back of your shirt. As you look back to her, she seems to raise herself up to you very closely and seems to whisper something in your ear. As she whispers something in your ear, I'm going to type it to you. Quint. She says this to you before backing away and smiling, retreating back to her family.
Huh. I'm assuming that our dear friend
That's
is
fine.
muted again.
As Quince
But he's probably
hears
flipping
this,
out.
I would like to know what he says, but he's probably not even fucking there, let's be honest.
I guess we'll get a genuine
Nightshade, answer.
Nightshade.
I think he did have to briefly disappear.
Either way.
Nightshade.
Either way. With that being said, Quince yeets himself fucking out of my sight.
Bye.
And
Missile is
you
dead.
guys make your way off back toward the center of town, where as you get there, nothing fucking happened and they're all fine.
Yay! Dimitri, you fucking did it!
To be continued.
Yeah! He fucking did it!
As that was going on, a long time ago, Harkness Test donated $4. Said, I approve of this ship. Inspiration to Dog and Goddess.
Stop. Fucking stop.
Thank you very much. I had to get through a lot of things, and so I didn't actually see that until it was way too late. But thank you very much for the donation, my dude. I'll give one to each of them. But yes, I was hoping to do a little bit more, but apparently not, since Nightshade fucking left. So that's great. But either way, I hope everybody enjoyed themselves. We enjoyed ourselves. We're gonna stick around for a little bit, mostly so if Nightshade comes back, I can yell at him, and you guys can all hear the great yells that I'm gonna be doing.
I don't think Nightshade's muted.
I think he's dead, or
I think
he's going to be.
I think he genuinely had to be RB.
I mean, I wish he would have said something.
I didn't expect Landon to be Sherlock fucking Holmes today, but I guess he was going to be.
Fucking yellow-eyed goddamn ass.
Golden eyes, thank you.
Hey, GoldenEye, that's 007.
So how do I make the baby?
Simple. I have plenty of pictures for you, Jake. I can show you.
Oh, thank you.
No problem, man.
Oh god, people do this?
Yes.
I don't know how you would do it with dogs, but Charlie told me that you take a guy's penis and then you put it in a girl's vagina.
I'm gonna break my fucking brain on something now.
Perfectly healthy.
I'm guessing that dogs have penises too.
Yep.
No, that's racist to think that way.
We call them red rockets.
Oh god.
Why do they call Red Rocket?
Yeah.
Anyway, before things get too crazy, guys, I hope everybody enjoys themselves. We enjoy ourselves. Any questions, comments, fights, or wisecracks, put them in the comments below. We're not gonna get a Nightshade for me to yell at, so I'm gonna leave so I can yell at him at a later date. But until next time, guys, like always, later days.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
I'm gonna go audition for a Majora's Mask fan dub of about 8 characters. I'll see you guys later.
Godspeed.